Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to Puzzle Wednesday. The only name that was thought out for every single instance of foresight that we can allow for. I don't think good. Hi, I'm Juicey. We're here with the fourth qualifier for Majidoro Masters 3, the premier Magical Drop 3 League. And, brother, we were talking about it a little bit before going into it, but this is one of the few games where it absolutely leans in favor of the practice over the new players in
Practice over
terms of sheer quantity.
fundamentals.
Yeah, like 3/4 of brackets here are very, very strong. Tonight I have with me Deka Fumo Death Cult
That's me.
and birdup.
Hello.
I'm going to go ahead and let's talk about where we are at in the qualifiers. I got a fancy little graphic here.
Yeah, I swung in late, so I missed the conversation about practice versus fundamentals here. And I think one of the biggest notes of that recently, sitting in third place in our qualifier points, is Draco. Not only is Draco really good by nature, but is probably the person playing the most regularly still. And they're absolutely storming up this qualifier season. I think they have like a second and a third place and maybe another top 4 or 5 placement. But they've been doing super duper good and really excited to see them have another crack at the top players again.
Twinkler's up there for only having entered one event that I understand.
Yeah, which they won. The first non-Juan or Rudolph person to win a tournament with either of them entered.
That's crazy.
Right?
But just it's the tone of these over the rest of our brackets. Like, you know, we do something a little deep down the rabbit hole. You enter, you have a good shot at doing all right, no matter what. I'm happy we have a lot of new people, and I apologize that you're immediately being thrown into the lion's den. But yeah,
I think what's nice about having a 16-person bracket though is that everybody who ends up, losing in round 1 of winners gets to play somebody else who lost in round 1 of winners as well. So you get guaranteed a match that is like hopefully close in level.
Imagine if we did this in like Japanese single elim format.
Oh my god.
I'm supposed to go to Japan for my honeymoon in the beginning of June, so I'm trying to wrangle their scene, and I'm supposed to play. And I don't know if my keyboard skills transition over to the cabinet that well.
You better start practicing.
Forward to meeting their top players and seeing how that goes.
Anyway,
you'll get to see if they're really all that, or if they're just isolated in their little island.
Maybe we'll see. I think they're all that.
Yeah, I imagine the people who've been playing, they've probably been playing since the dawn of time. So,
if you are not in the Discord, but you're in bracket, go ahead and join. We have it in our chat here. We have all of our match calling going through the Discord. So go in, check out TO Desk there. And, even if you're not in bracket, go check it out. We got a lot of stuff going on, friendlies, game nights, interviews, a lot of stuff going on. So the first stream match is one that I kind of singled out, and this may be a little brutal. I'm sorry, Ian. But Ian's actually local Florida with me here. He's running Magical Drop 3 for the Gamers on the Edge Regional in May. So I wanted to give him a shout out. We're going to have hopefully an all right show for you there on May 18th through the 20th. So I wanted to give him his little moment in the spotlight here. We're going to go ahead and join his match once it gets queued up.
I am in my match, so I'll rejoin you shortly.
Understandable.
Let's see. I have a ping as well.
That ping is going to hopefully wait.
But it is not a match.
Good.
So, who did you say is playing?
We got ianmelon and Oh, I need to find the Discord page where he's playing against. He's playing against Leonant, so this might be a bit brutal.
Yeah, Leonant. Oh, Leonant's running a few minutes behind, it seems.
You know, maybe it's not brutal. Oh,
Do we want to peek in on like notes or in
yeah,
Trash
we're
Boat while
gonna
we wait?
peek on in a different match for right now.
I think this will be a pretty good one. Honestly, we got note-taking game 1. Let's see where Trash brings it. Oh, we're going back to Magician. First game was a warm-up. Trash Boat says,
Trash Boat says, "See me again,
Flash."
coward." We're playing neutral.
Notes have been making some impressive moves. Had a couple of very good games last month.
I want to give props to Trash Boat, who doesn't not notable Magical Drop 3 player. If we're playing Neo Geo, he's more of a guruing guy. But
He's the guruing guy.
he is the guruing guy. Affectionate. But he's still making moves. Like the ideas are there, even if sometimes he's not necessarily optimizing everything. Maybe there's a few more left or right presses before the idea comes together. But being behind like 44 on a quota win is not necessarily bad.
Yeah, the first biggest step you take when you're playing this game is just not dying. And believe it or not, that is a really hard step to take. The
Yes,
pressure in this
man.
game is quite unforgiving.
After having
when the damage... Oh, go ahead.
After having played Magical Drop 6 for the regional last year, going back to 3, I thought I was hot shit. No, I was not. The moment that like my momentum with the chain was done, I just died.
Yeah, the damage in this game rolls in very fast, and the damage formula cranks out a lot more rows than in Magical Drop 6. Most of the characters only send like one line per chain, really, but in Magical Drop 6, but in Magical Drop 3, you've got lots of characters sending 4 lines with just a 2-chain. And when you're playing as fast as these players are, those 4 lines add up real quick. Because there's no offsetting, so when you pause the damage incoming by comboing, that number is just ticking up in the background. Alright, Notes are gonna take a quick game 2. And we're going back to we went back to Magician again.
Oh, you're really in the vortex. A match on stream. There's already been 1 round played of that match.
Alright, I have used the magical fast forward button, and I'm back in the not time vortex.
Happy for you, buddy.
I returned.
Welcome back.
Here, TrashBoat is just picking Magician. I think it's a good strategy for later in the evening, you know, when you want to try to get ahead of your opponents in the next round. To make sure you're warmed up on this character.
Yeah, we do start all of our matches on Magician, so he's a good character, have as your best.
That's how I made my butter for a really long time.
There's a
Did
lot.
we ever track down Leonant? Oh, yes.
They're finally starting.
Apparently.
He is here now, yeah.
They just started, so we're going to pivot back to the ianmelon Leonant match in just a moment once this wraps up.
Notes are getting tangled up for a little bit there at the top board, but Unfortunately, TrashBoat is also tangled up and just does not have the pressure on deck to punish Notester. Big chain coming in though, and swinging from behind. Oh, we got the double Bakana at the same time.
TrashBoat's not that far behind on quota.
Yeah, TrashBoat actually had the 6-match complete. Notester's combo just resolved a few frames earlier.
Tragic. We're going back into the Leonant ianmelon match. But again, I want to give just a small highlight because I know Ian's been attempting to kind of rebuild some interest in Tampa area for the game. And you know what?
I appreciate it. Yeah.
Equal parts, like, it's good to see other people want to step up, and also it means that I have one game on my list that I can lead to someone else. And I'm good for like 5 games there. I have to get people to sign up for Peggle. It's a time.
I think it's really nice that you guys have like that local scene where you can go out and play.
Alright, I'm going to dip out for my match, so the revolving door of commentators begins.
No worries. It's definitely a lot more limited in that, like, we can't pick something at random and everyone be on board.
Yeah.
But, you know, there's been some momentum from Magical Drop 6 being run last year that, you know, you play some 3 when you can.
Yeah, I think a lot of the ability to kind of dip into the big bag of random comes with having kind of explored one other game sort of fully, right? So I think once you kind of build up that muscle memory of playing one puzzle game, right, you carry those fundamentals over, and I think that's why, you know, you guys have such an easy time playing whatever we can dig up, right? Like, it's April, so I'm assuming everything this month is something wild.
We started with Neo Turf Masters, so you tell me.
I saw that, and I'm so sad that I didn't know that was happening. I just was not paying attention.
That was Deka's night, basically.
Yeah. I ran that one. Literally and figuratively.
It definitely is silly month still. We have a couple of very weird picks for April. We'll talk about it when we get there.
Questions when you pull up that slide, I'm sure I'll have lots of questions to ask.
I don't know that I have all the answers for you.
That's fair. I think Ian's doing a pretty good job. You know, Leonant is a very grizzled veteran at this point. Has participated in all the other Majidoro Masters. And, you know, Ian not getting like bullied off the board by any pressure on either character, really.
That's huge in and of itself.
Yeah, and the quota differential in the first round of this game was pretty big, but still, like, hanging on to make it to quota, like Deka was saying before, is basically the first real skill you have to learn if you're playing against the big ones, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, just being able to hang in there, even on a low-pressure character like this one, is already a good sign for continuing to improve.
Wait, Deka, is it actually your birthday?
No, it's not my birthday.
Oh, happy birthday.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So you said, at the tournament this time it's going to be 3 again, right? Not 6?
It is not going to be main stage, but we're doing 3 as a side tournament this year.
Yeah, that's fine.
He actually offered to run it himself unprompted, so I'm like, yeah, sure, you got.
All right.
I will provide you setups, but it's so rare that I'm not the one that has to push an idea that's puzzle game related through in Florida. Right, so that was kind of refreshing.
Nice to see someone else take the initiative.
Oh yeah, like I have been at this for over 5 years between local events and Puzzle Wednesday.
Yeah.
And
I think it's... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
The other huge victory in my time doing this is, like, I love seeing the impact that Dr. Mario Championship, a lot of their players have actually migrated to Fightcade for online events.
That's awesome. I actually
And that feels
saw
fantastic.
The VODs from that. Is that
Yeah.
new, or is that...
Dr. Mario Championship's been going on for a little while. They've partnered with Classic Tetris World Champions for a bit.
Yeah.
So it's not like... It's I don't know exactly when, but it's around like the same time frame that like we started, if not a little bit longer. But yeah, see them full sail adopt Fightcade has been... It's been nice. Like, we'll do Dr. Mario, but it's nice to know that there's a scene that's using that and doing events as well.
I went to our Tekken local for the first time here in New York recently. Well, this weekend. And how nice it was to just kind of like walk in and be the person who's just there for the event and doesn't need to worry about any of the organizing.
That would be...
It's beautiful.
That would be nice, wouldn't it?
Sometimes, yeah. After running, this for a while, running Melee for a really long time with people, it's just nice to be able to like walk in, play my games, and then be like, oh, it's time for me to go home. And then
there's a love for doing this. Don't get me wrong, but you almost forget the joy and comfort of just like, oh, this is just a thing I'm going to.
Right, I had to go home to my wife got locked out of the house, so I had to leave the tournament, walk home, unlock the door. I got there a little before her, so I had like a whole dinner at my house and a cocktail, and then I walked back to the arcade and played more.
God, that's amazing. Yeah.
Living the life there.
It's so good.
It really is something. But yeah, no, we will be having some magical drop at May 18th to the 20th. I do not believe it'll be streamed, but I will be capturing footage and like recording matches. So that will make its way on the Puzzle Wednesday YouTube at some point.
Oh no, Ian self at the end.
Yeah.
They had two rounds of that game. I think the first round of that last match, they got a very uncomfortable like ice combination at the top of the spire, and kind of crumpled to that. And that last one, they were just shuffling at the top of the board and then self-piled. So it's a rough one at the end.
Yeah.
But again, pretty good showing overall against
Given your opponent.
our higher seeded players.
So, yep, we will have the puzzle games I got for the regional of my doing have been Tetris Grandmaster 2 and, funny enough, Peggle, because I did not know we had such a strong local Peggle scene of all the things to have. Because I've been pushing a number of games, and everyone's been pretty receptive, like, yeah, we'll do this. But I kept getting, when's Peggle? I'm like, what do you mean, when's Peggle? Is there something I don't get here? Because I did not play that growing up. We did our first local of it.
I was aware
this weekend.
of it, but it's not a game that I was playing. We got our next match call, by the way.
Yeah, it's competitive pachinko. Sheridactyls and okay. You seem to be in the know. Who is Sheridactyls playing against?
Mossbios. So they're from the UK. And we have played together. They traveled here. I think they're friends with Henri or some other New York players, because they were at our local arcade. So I got to play with them, and we had a really good time. And they're pretty good.
Okay. I just know they rated one of our qualifiers with a decent amount of people last time. Like, I appreciate it. Where did you come from?
Yeah, I think there's like a bunch of like visual art and music stuff, and I think it's involved in the Third Strike scene as well in the UK. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I think so. Because we followed each other before I really played Magical Drop. Third Strike.
Yeah. Last I'll talk of it, try versus Peggle. It's a lot more fun than you would think.
Right.
Really like sitting on the rainbow star.
Is it similar to this where you're like sending trash to somebody else, or are you trying to like outscore them?
You're trying to outscore them, however you need to get an orange peg every turn to not get a point penalty. So it suddenly becomes kind of a game like snooker where you're trying to cash in the last orange peg. And like some strategies based around like, oh, I'll take the availability, something like super obvious, I'll go for like a complicated shot to get momentum, like rob your opponent of a move.
Yeah. So you're playing on the same board.
Yes.
That's cool. And the orange peg is just a colored peg, or is it something different?
It's just colored. It's just this is one you need to not
select the target. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool. I like the sound of that. Close match, round 1. So this is gonna be a good set.
The one thing I've noticed with Moss in that last set, and it's too early to say it's player habit, but they were sitting on their item for a little while there.
Yeah.
I don't know what the good rules about cashing in Rainbow is, if you have stronger thoughts on that than I do.
I definitely have like philosophical thoughts. I don't know if I stick to my own practice all the time.
The Lord knows I don't. But what do you got? Okay.
So normally if I have a rainbow orb, I'll try to cash it out almost immediately, unless it's a character that I know that I can get clear ice on. And I think I'm pretty confident you can on Magician.
You can.
But I think the setup for it is much harder than the setup on a lot of other characters. So I don't think, unless I saw one like readily presenting itself to me at the start of the round, I don't think I would go for the dupe on Magician. But if I'm playing a character like Tower or Wheel of Fortune, and I see the Rainbow Orb, I almost exclusively look for the dupe.
Yeah, where we see that happen more organically.
Let them send me trash. I'll just do whatever it takes to get the dupe on those characters, because I expect my opponent can't survive to quota. But on a Magician, since most people can survive to quota, I'm just going to cash that out right away just to get the tempo advantage. Oh, another really
lost
close
by 7. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
We're punching.
A round by 4 and a round by 7.
Punching potentially pretty evenly here.
Yeah. No idea what Moss's counter strategy is. So we'll see. I think it's another thing too, like if you're really familiar with the game, like Moss is, but don't necessarily play competitively all the time, you just might not have a counter picking strategy. At least not like a fully fleshed out one.
Yeah.
You're just kind of picking the guys you like.
You just test in the waters. Maybe someone will trip at something.
Yeah, you pick somebody that you're comfortable with, and pray for the best at that.
Lord, that's the phase I'm still in.
If you don't play against the other active players that often either, your counter-picking strategy is normally just going to be pick whoever you're comfortable with. Like, you're not knowing that people are particularly good at certain characters and not picking against them.
And sometimes your only option is just picking the character you're most comfortable with, because it might just be your best go.
The one I'm least likely to die on.
Yeah, the first step to winning is not losing, so... Or like, immediately at least. So if you pick a character you know how to deal with, at least you can fight for quota.
The other thing too is if you're kind of picking randomly, you don't get in your own head if you lose on your counter pick. You're like, oh, well, I should have just picked somebody else. Meanwhile, if I pick to one of my counter picks and I lose, I'm like, oh my god, the world is falling down. I can't even beat them on Chariot. What's gonna happen to me?
The burden of great expectations.
Yeah, right?
Simply don't be good and don't think.
It's the old reliable nothing beats that, and then something beats it.
Oh no! Oh, okay, that was a good combo. Nice.
The little
Also
juggle
the nice thing at the top.
unfortunately,
Yeah.
that right side was a little bit too tangled up.
Again, close. All those rounds close on quota, just succumbing to pressure on that character. So I think from this point you go down on the tier list, and you try to go to like Chariot.
Pick Fool.
Chariot, Judgment, Justice,
Star,
Fool.
Sun, yeah.
Pick
Fool. I don't know if
Fool.
I would pick Fool or Devil.
No, it's because it's funny April.
It is funny April. That's true. I think Deka and I are supposed to play Deka. Do you want to start on Fool for April's sake?
We can start on Fool for the sake of April.
Yeah, I think that's good.
Thanks for committing to the bit when everyone else should be taking this seriously.
That is fair. Deka, you are in a battle. There's like a nice, juicy narrative around the points battle tonight. Note Deka and Leonant are all on the leaderboard
Mhm.
for Majidoro Masters, and they're seated 5, 6, and 7th, or I think, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
you have like 5 through 8 tonight. So somebody has the opportunity, or 2 people have the opportunity to theoretically grab 5th place or better points, and I think that would make a pretty big difference.
Yeah.
I
Getting
made a
3
joke.
points
Instead of 1 would be a pretty huge deal.
That would be a very big deal.
Especially since most of the time we're all scrounging around for that last
That
point
last
left over.
the one, yeah.
I made a joke that Deka can get away with beating Leonant on a macro sense if he just outscores him in points. Because Leonant's been his
Did
long
you beat
time
Deka
bracket
last
demon.
time?
I did beat
He
Leonant
beat
last time.
he beat Leonant last
True,
time. Yeah.
For the first time.
but that's one
in,
time.
Like 3 years. I
And
don't
that
think
got
I've
you the point. And now
Yep.
I think you're tied or ahead of him on leaderboard.
I think we're tied. I think we both
Tied,
have
yeah,
one.
and then Note, you both have 2, and Note has 1.
Oh, Note has one.
Yeah, and Sheridan also was very close multiple times. So Sheridan also had the potential to pick up a point tonight.
I just think it would be funny if he technically beat Leonant by beating other people instead.
Yeah, that would be good.
Okay.
Taking the long way around.
Not mutually exclusive outcomes. So
I find it interesting that we've gone back to Magician on here, but I think
I think it's working out.
mossbios is getting some real good draw. Oh my gosh.
Oh, nice,
Yeah,
nice job.
Sheridactyls had a in game or in round 3 had a funny little fumble at the top board that cost him the round, but mossbios coming out and saying, actually no, I can just win on quota.
Mossbios was
Like-
getting some really, really lucky board pushes that made a lot of groups ready to be popped in like single clears.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the name of the game with Magician is really making use of his color
Flat
pattern.
lines in the back. Yeah.
This might be rough.
Sheridan, this is a common Sheridan counter, if I recall correctly. Yay! And I think Sheridan saw that he won on quota every time on Emperor, and just like, all right, let me just push it even further up the tier list and see how it goes.
Yeah, and the way Moss is playing is not conducive to victory right now.
Oh well.
He's getting a little bit better footing right now. But you really want to be, when you're playing a character like Strength, you really want to be sure you're making at least 2 chains.
Right.
Not just because it gives you more time to do things and move around, which you need on these more aggressive characters, but you need to be matching your opponent's pressure. Otherwise,
Yeah.
they're playing a different pattern than you. And the
Right.
neutral pattern is so easy. Except for on round 5. When
And
you
even
get
then,
the-
depending on what character you are, sometimes it's still easier.
It's true.
Oh no. Okay, we're still alive.
Hang on by a
Missing-
thread.
missing those 2
Missing
gutter
the...
lanes. Oh, this is looking bad.
Sheridan going to move on.
But a pretty good showing.
Yeah,
We'll see how Moss does
in the losers bracket. It looks like they will play the loser of you and me.
us. Oh, they got to buy in losers. Rough. Are we at the stream match?
Possibly. Let me see really quick. Stream match is Leonant and Scherzo first.
Oh, I think that'll be it.
That'll be a close one. Or it'll be a good one. A lot of high level play going on.
Look, these are strong for like winners round 1.
Yeah. Well,
And for-
we are in winners round 2.
This is
now.
round, winners round 2, but still.
I mean, look,
This is our
the
four-
last
our- we
2
love our
were what I was
4-5
talking
matchup.
about.
Oh, yeah,
Anyway.
I think particularly the last match was a good one in winners round 1.
For talks of people being put through the blender, everyone that's been on stream has done pretty solid.
True.
And I'm glad. Because I would feel bad to be like, yeah, this is my first
I always feel really bad for. Oh, it's your first magical drop tournament. You get to play against birdup.
Yeah, that's been the hard sell of doing stuff locally sometimes. Like, oh, I'm still in the bracket. And it's like bunch of week one people's like, oh.
Yeah, I feel like that's at the point where if you have enough setups, you're like, we're gonna play Swiss.
True, but that can be a big ask locally sometimes.
That's true. Yeah.
I am equipped for that for PlayStation 1 games, though. I have so many PS1s, it's kind of embarrassing.
You should no, we should run if we are trying to run another magic. We should run the Magical Drop 3 where they just redid all the visuals to make it 3D.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure the game
the really cursed one.
the really, really cursed one. Yeah, I
Oh,
think the
no.
gameplay is pretty much still the same.
I thought it played like Magical Drop 1.
I do not. I honestly do not know. All I know.
I think
is
that's
what
a
the
remake
artwork
of 1.
Is it?
Yeah. Because there's that.
Chariot looks like a bean.
There's F, and there's the rebalance of 3. Regardless, you know, think about that. There's a chance we'll probably talk about the PlayStation Magical Drops on here at some point.
Yeah, I mean,
'tis the season.
I still haven't played F, so
yeah.
Oh, brother, you're in for a time.
I've heard wonderful things, but I've not played it yet.
But yeah, wrapping back around, it doesn't hurt that like PS1s are never more than $40.
Yeah, I mean, they did sell like 10 trillion of them, so it's not like they're in short supply.
It's not like, you know, the PS2 didn't do everything better. Yo, all clear?
Too.
Scherzo winning on the all clear? Man, what the hell?
we should just use the Game Boy emulator and play the Magical Drop Pocket. I don't know if they have a 2-player version, actually.
Play with the link cable.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, nice triple match from Scherzo there. Really flexing his mechanical prowess. Scherzo definitely notable for having some of the fastest hands in the West. But hand speed isn't the only thing that matters in this game. Gotta play smart. You can only make chains as fast as the game counts them.
Okay, the game I was thinking of is called Arcade Hits Magical. It's the one where they redid everything in the really cursed 3D.
I'll never get over Bean Chariot. He just looks so horrible. What did they do to him?
He's got like the cleft chin.
Yeah.
But you were right. It looks like it's a remake of Magical Drop 1.
Yeah, I had thought so. But yeah,
Which
no.
is weird because it's coming out at like the same time as it's like after Magical Drop 2 already came out.
Don't ask questions.
Game development is a mystery.
It's true. I do it every day.
But you know,
I'm making solitaire for old people, and it's still a mystery.
we will be doing a tour of the PlayStation Magical Drop sometime before this tournament season is over. Keep an eye out.
Okay, I will keep an eye out. Hopefully it's just not the first 2 weeks of June. Oh, very close round. Leonant going around 5.
Yeah. Hard fought first match for sure. Oh no, Leonant missing the... Well, gets the fun... Oh no, he doesn't.
He's got that one piece of ice left.
He was trying to do the funny all clear trick, and it wasn't working. I don't know what he...
You would dare try that against Scherzo? The father of the funny all clear glitch?
Also, it's so few bubbles on board. It's so inefficient time-wise, because it takes so long.
Yeah.
It's like, yes, I'm going to make a 7 chain, and there's like 18 bubbles on my board.
You can see they're really behind here on quota by like 50.
Yeah, did not work out.
Oh, so here we go.
Ooh, Sun.
So, interesting. So, okay.
Taking a page out of your book.
I haven't picked Sun in a little while, but yeah, normally. Traditionally, yeah. I've been picking Star recently, but I felt like my mojo needed to change.
Sun did not pass the vibe check. Asked to leave the Arcana. I love the damage incoming animation.
Okay, another one pretty close on quota here. A couple of nice double clears from Leonant. Oh, put that in the wrong
Oh,
column.
it just only needs 3. Ooh, it's close, though.
If he put the red in the right column, he probably would have been golden. He had to make an extra link in a chain to get more red, and I think that was the difference.
Ooh, good placements from
yeah.
Leonant to get those colors to link up really nicely.
Yeah, that was a
Giving
really
himself
good,
a
really
lot of
strong
movement.
opening. Again here too, like a nice. It was a 5 chain, but either way, he cleared a lot of stuff with that one. It's like big pockets of color.
Ooh, nice double clear.
Another power orb on Scherzo's set. I'll see if he's got enough time to pop it. He will. I'm not gonna get a lot out of it, but enough to set up like another double clear. Might be enough. Oh, he's close.
Oh yeah, it was enough to swing the lead.
Yeah.
Leonant was kind of left with a crummy board state. One thing that to note on these lower tier characters is you've really got to be cognizant that pulling up lines is like pretty important.
Right.
You've got to give yourself like the damage doesn't necessarily roll in that fast on these characters, so you have to be sure your board has material on it to clear.
Especially if your opponent's only sending you like single clears, right?
Yeah, and that's when you get into these characters that you know your opponent's not going to die on. The strategy kind of shifts. You don't want to be you stop wanting to send garbage because you want to waste
this
your
one.
opponent's.
Yeah, stop.
Oh yes.
Oh, thank God.
It's under with 5 to go.
Yeah. He almost continued his chain for too long and like let Scherzo steal it.
I was playing a warm-up match against the bots before bracket started, and I do like this. I'm at top board against Hierophant with the because of the nasty ice start, and I pull off this big 9 chain to save myself, and I look down and the quota says 1, and then I lost.
Pain.
I was like, yes. Awareness is key.
The numbers look close right now, but the tempo is firmly in Scherzo's favor. You see, they started ticking, and it became like a 10-quote lead. I think this one's going to be hard for Leonant to pull back here.
Oh, he made some nice clears at the end there, but unfortunately the lead was too firmly cemented in Scherzo's favor.
Right, would have had to rely on them overchaining. They did not make a mistake.
Alright, where are we gonna go? Strength? Father strength? Daughter strength. Oops, starting off with a big chain on Leonant's side. I haven't looked enough at Daughter Strength's pattern to know how dangerous the ice is. It's just the shape of the pattern is just so drastically different from everyone else who has the no clear ice diagonals.
It's the ice on this character isn't something that I'm generally thinking of. It's just like managing those middle lanes. And I assume the ice kind of nets itself out a lot of it.
Yeah, because it's so exposed horizontally.
Yeah. It's like less of an active concern than it is on some other characters. like Death, I am a lot more concerned about where and what the ice is. Because if you mess up clearing the ice with a specific color, you get the horrible checkerboard.
That's perfectly flat, so you can't get any of it from the side.
Yeah, and same with Sun to a certain degree. Of the low tier characters, one of the only people I'm actually concerned about clearing ice with the right color. That's how their color pattern lines up.
Yeah, because if you clear, you usually get that the like checkerboard of clear ice with yellow, and if you pop the ice with like blue or something, it's so aggravating to have to like 3-match that away, the 9 orbs away, and like a. All right, Scherzo's gonna take that.
Yeah, Leonant probably not particularly thrilled with that last counter. Some fumbly at the top board, like 2 or 3 of those rounds.
All right, it's you and me.
All
I have to
right,
donate my elo.
help hemorrhage, stop the hemorrhaging of my rank K.
The only time I play is in bracket these days, so I'm just stuck in C.
Pretty much the same, honestly. I think the last time I played before tonight was the previous tournament. So when I was sitting down, I was like, I'll make myself a drink. You know, it's like a casual night. I feel like, you know, qualification wise, I'm safe for sure. But why not? Why not enjoy myself? Take one off. Be doing commentary, have a nice drink. It's here Apollo Wednesday.
All right, this is the one. Birdup
We're,
versus our boy Big Billy One Slice.
We're connecting still.
Yeah,
We're now
the
connected.
The Deka special.
It's
the,
a
the legendary Deka black screen that is still loading.
Here we go. We got it.
All right.
All right, you know what we're gonna do.
Oh,
So,
that's
is it full
right.
time?
I forgot that we agreed to that.
Funny April match. This could go by so fast. For the uninitiated, this character's damage pattern rubber bands back so easily.
Not
It's
to
a
be underestimated, though.
No, but it can come
Oh.
down to a game of chicken sometimes.
Yeah.
Alright, that's fine. Deka drawing a little bit of first blood there. We have an item on corner for both players.
Oh no.
Deka kind of sitting on it. Cashes it in where there's no reds on the screen.
I got so tangled up there. That was just very.
I had one scary moment, and once I solved it, it was pretty smooth sailing.
I just could not. I got cursed.
Oh, this is the
First
exact same
column
start,
very
isn't it?
hard.
Yeah, this is the exact same start.
Yeah. Funny that. You get a second chance.
Oh, missed. No, I'm zigging when I should be
Oh.
zagging.
Okay.
The quota counter is also such a goddamn liar in this matchup. I'll look at it and it'll say you're tied, and then you look like 1 second later and you're losing by 40.
Yeah, because you can clear so many bubbles so quickly.
Like, whatever you're doing over there is gonna be horrible for me. Bones.
We're a little bit ahead on quota on Deka's side there, but oh my god. The
I have
pivot
3
there
left.
was scared.
No!
Yo, game 5 on silly character.
I almost died. Oh, easiest ice start of my life.
And there's a rainbow orb. This is easily the best starting board I've ever seen.
No!
Oh,
No, that's not the color I want!
no,
no,
I'm dead. Oh, I'm dead.
Fine! My board was full!
Oh.
This embodied everything I wanted this to be. Good job, guys.
Incredible.
Okay, what's the first
We're
real
going back.
Caterpillar?
First we had fool, and now we have fool. Parentheses serious.
Ah, yes, of course.
Leans forward in chair.
Fool real.
Counting is hard. That was very scary.
Oh! God, yeah, okay. Can't believe we're locking in on Fool.
It's no longer the funny month, it's the serious month. No, god damn it.
Oh! God bless, this is the funniest thing all day.
Oh my god, that match was so big. Oh, I had the orbs on board. In chain.
Who knows what's gonna happen? Beats me.
I'm not playing this optimally at all.
Those are the words I want to hear.
Moments like these make me want to have just like a
I
poker.
I grabbed the wrong color. I would have had it.
As I was saying, like, man, nights like these make me want to have a poker night with all of us, because so many of us tell on each other when we're doing bad, or tell on ourselves when we're doing bad.
Oh my god, I have my
wow,
poker
where's
face
Blue?
is so bad. I can't even play poker online.
God, can you imagine?
Oh,
That's why I like Mahjong, because you literally declare when you're about to win, so I don't have to have a poker.
You
I'm
know?
about to win. Fear me.
It's probably why you like Uno, too. We used to have Uno nights, or technically whatever Clubhouse 51 Games Switch version was.
Yeah, whatever the generic
I think it was last card, I missed that.
Kirkland brand, you know. Uh-oh. Well, that's very stuck in my hand. I don't like that at all.
We gentlemen's to Fool because April for the first couple matches, and they were very funny.
I'm surprised we're not that comfortable, honestly.
you're right.
But what is lovers if not the feminine?
Yeah,
form
that's
of
why I
it,
picked
you know?
lovers, is because it's the next best thing.
Oh no, I'm dead. Yeah. I put something down and then immediately looked at it. I was like, "There's no way I could undo that, huh?"
Yeah, that's the Lovers is all about seizing the moment. Those were the yellow orbs I was going to use max power orb. Moment a little too seized.
Uh-oh. Please stop combo. Thank you.
Oh, you got me. Oh, I self-piled.
Oh,
I managed to actually get the self-pile that kills you.
it didn't finish clearing the orbs first, and then it.
Yeah. Alright, where to go?
In my brain, the pendulum has swung, and I've become good at death, but I don't know if that's actually true.
Sometimes
Well,
it's
as long
just
as
about
it-
mentality.
As long as you think you're good at that, that's all that matters, right?
I would hope so. I was
got
like
brain
5
stun.
seconds away from dying. Once Ice rolled it, I had absolutely no moves.
I had a way out, and then I picked the way out that wasn't good.
Yeah. I found out last night, this is completely unrelated to Magical, like this particular game, but I found out last night that some YouTuber from Brazil made a post about Azumagadayo Magical Pop, like making a review video, and I was like, hell yeah, dude, I've done my job.
Good shit.
The weaves of Brazil have found out about me.
Well, that's never not a good thing.
Yeah. Maybe he is actually good at that, folks.
Better than me, at least. That's good enough.
Brazil
That's
has
one of my better characters, too.
Brazil has
Oh,
granted him
that's
the
okay,
power
right
of the
as I die.
matchup.
Thank you,
Jinxed
Brazil.
it. The Brazil power-up.
Like a spirit bomb.
DracoMurai, Scherzo, and Juanpa all raising their hands to the sky to give birdup the energy, and he's holding it up over his head, and it's just the globe in the middle of the Brazil flag.
Jeez.
Do we know what is up next, or are we going to a shill break?
Figuring that out.
See that Moss in the Twitch chat's like, well, now I have to face Deka, and when the alternative is facing me, no offense to Deka, but I think you've, lucked out a little bit.
Yeah.
Sorry, I had to make a call about what we call next.
Okay.
So, figuring that out right now.
I would, if we have time, I would like to see the matches for 7th place because points are on the line.
Okay. Well, that answers that.
Oh, losers top 8.
Yeah, I would like to see losers top 8 if we have the time. I know it's late for some people, so I completely understand if not, but if we've got the time, I would like to see the battles for the 3 points.
What if I give you one of them?
I'll take that.
Okay.
Take that.
We'll get someone's point qualifying match.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I play Draco.
Now
Draco
you get
won.
bullied.
Yeah, do you think Draco wants to start Fool?
We got Leonant and Sheridactyls queued up now.
Okay, I think that's good.
And that is our point qualifying match.
Oh, but we're going to Juan Scherzo first. I see them playing.
Wait, did that get called right?
Yeah. So Deka is
Right.
going to play Moss.
I'm playing Moss off stream.
Okay.
Yeah, and then we're watching Scherzo Wanpa.
All right. Wait. No, that's not what was called.
Oh, Leon and Sheridactyls.
Oh,
hold your-
Wampa Scherzo is
hold your-
supposed to hold Matt.
Oh, they didn't do a good job of holding their match. They literally just started though. I gotta ping them in the
Same.
Bikeade chat.
All of us.
Yeah.
God bless. That being said, we do not have
Maybe a triple.
Leonant, or we don't have.
They've basically stopped playing. I'm watching their game and they're not. Yeah,
It's
done.
they're out now. Okay, we got tagged in for the
Leonant and Sheridactyls. So both of these players are earning a qualifying point, which means that Sheridactyls gets his first of the season, and Leonant has at least 3. But this is a match. Sheridan wins. That means Sheridan has 3 points also, and Leonant would end with 3, and Deka would have at least 3, with the possibility for more also. So I think these next 2 loser sets are like really, really important in the grand scheme of qualifying for the last spot in the invitation.
True. Doesn't necessarily have any points to get.
Correctly, there's really only 1 spot up for grabs, unless somebody has like repeat really good performances.
You know, Twinkler would if he was in for multiple events.
Twinkler, when you win one and you get 15 points, you're super safe.
Pretty much, yeah.
With how much gatekeep you do, where all the kind of top sort of players enter very regularly. Like Deka said, normally you're only scrapping for like 1 or 2 points on a given month. But now there's like a nice juicy 6-ish points up to these bottom 4 people available.
We fighting for our lives out here.
Yeah. And this match in particular is the difference between like a pretty comfy Leonant and like a 4-way tie for the final spot.
Well, I would prefer more drama, so.
I do love drama, but I never want to root against it.
Never say I'm rooting for or against anyone, just, you know, let's see where the universe takes us.
Well, so far, Sheridactyls starting off strong. I think Sheridan also missed one of the qualifying tournaments this year, which isn't usual for them.
I was gonna say, was that on your end?
I believe so. I believe they were busy one month.
And Genesis wasn't a qualifier this year.
No, I only want to run them online, just because of availability sake, you know.
That's a hard thing to navigate sometimes.
Right.
Something Capcom Cup.
That was particularly rough this year.
TrashBoat says, whenever I TO stuff, I root for whoever lets me go to sleep the earliest. Same. I've heard that many times before.
That's fair. So there's a thing where, like, I've met Sheridan in real life on multiple occasions, you know, so it makes it a little easier to root for somebody, but I know that Leonant is a kindred spirit of mine, and that if I ever ended up where he is in Mexico, we'd go to some sort of Goku-themed taqueria and have a good time.
Yeah.
I feel like that's true. That's true of pretty much almost everybody who I've played with at this point.
I can't say I'd have a bad time doing that.
No, it'd be great.
All right. Oh.
That's like I want to meet Scherzo one day because I'm still very, very intrigued by I think it was last year for Majidoro Masters, on the player cards we like listed people's like favorite anime and favorite food.
Yeah.
And his favorite food was cheese rice. And I put a picture of everybody's food, so I like didn't know what cheese rice was, so I Googled it. And I sent him the pictures, like, is this what you're talking about? And his response was just like, no, that's not it at all. And I was like, well, man, I don't know what it is. And then he just switched to pizza because he didn't even want to reveal to me what cheese rice was. So I'm
Couldn't have, like,
hoping that
taken
at
a
some
picture?
point I could go to Brazil and find out whatever cheese rice is.
Just be like,
and-
let's go get pizza instead.
Yeah.
God.
I'll have to think up some fun categories for this year too.
And that's that. Look, I'm kind of excited about that specifically.
Yeah.
If anything, I definitely need an excuse for us to steal that for like player highlights here across the year. Be nice. But seeing as everything's on a weekly basis, we don't really know who we're showcasing in top 8 for a given game. It can be a bigger ask. Sheridactyls sitting on the rainbow there. We just waiting for. Does this give clear ice?
I don't believe that Empress does, unless it's round 5. Because everybody could give clear ice on round 5, if I recall correctly.
Yeah. And that was just for a rainy day, and it didn't quite work out, sadly.
Yeah. Because I'm pretty sure on round 5, everybody could give clear ice, but not everybody can get a rainbow. So there are certain characters who go to the disco, but only round 5.
Yeah, the difference between round 5 and the rest of the rounds is that in round 5, the neutral pattern is different. So their characters aren't actually sending clear ice. There's just clear ice available.
In the neutral, yeah.
Yeah.
As long as you're pulling up lines, and most people are, it's like,
At least at the start. You'll have a hard time going to the disco repeatedly, but you can do it at least once.
I still want to have a Magical Drop World Cup one time, where it's Deka and I are in a Discord chat called Team USA because this was put forth as an idea at some point, and it would be that you play a 3-on-3 tournament like tennis style, where you pick your country's top player to match up against other country's top player and your second best player and your third best player, and you get like an aggregate score of your collective matches. Because I feel like we have enough people from the same country that it would be fun and interesting to do.
That's fair.
Obviously, Argentina has a little bit of an advantage, but now Brazil also has a really good team, and if we could convince Butts or Templanza to come back, Mexico also has a really good team. But then Europe could be like, Europe could be like one team. Right, if Twinkler, Lamel, Gucky was a team, and we get all of them,
that would be a menace. Yeah, that would be a very
they'd be a
strong
really good team. Yeah. Right now, Team USA is like me, you, and Sheridan, or like me, you, and Note.
Note has been doing pretty solid.
Note's been doing really well, but I don't think I'm missing anybody on like the active US side who would beat out those folks. Henri had a shot at making Team USA at some point. Xerxian was active.
He's too retired to do anything anymore.
Yeah, he's too retired now. But if he was still active,
I don't know. I think there just needs to be the right fuel in the fire.
if we bring back the World Cup, I could probably convince him.
Either that, or you have to like frame it as doing it ironically.
Yeah. We've been in the chat for like years, so. But I think that would be a fun event, and then have all the countries play Swiss against each other. So you play every country, and you get like an aggregate score at the end.
Oh, that sounds cool. I can definitely tell you're a TCG guy just by insistence of Swiss.
Swiss is the best, actually.
No, you're right.
And I actually meant round robin there, but I just by default say Swiss.
Yeah,
but
I mean, it's just like that.
We'd play round robin. It'd be like FIFA rules, you know? We'd have a pool where everybody plays everybody, and you get points.
Because you're right about Swiss, other than Physical resource.
Physical time and space, yeah. Well, time's not really the problem. It's just the number of setups you need. Time is actually easier with Swiss.
Because there's
But
no
you
real
need to have
point
a
for
million
like a
setups.
bracket to stall.
Yeah.
Yeah, Swiss runs in the same time frame as a single limb bracket, so it's like optimal for time.
Yeah. When I used to run Melee tournaments in the city, I would run our amateur bracket as Swiss periodically. Because where we played had like 40 setups that were just kept at the building we played at.
Oh, that rocks.
Yeah, so we would just, regular bracket was either round robin or double elimination. And then if you played amateur bracket, we'd claim like 10 setups and play Swiss. And it was great.
Mossbios, thank you for pulling the trigger on actually coming out tonight. We appreciate it.
Yes, it's
Yeah,
great to see you.
thanks for staying up late and joining us. Because I know it's pretty early in the morning over there in the UK.
Europe has told us many a time that, it's technically Thursday sometimes.
Puzzle Thursday. I would also say Moss makes cool art, so if you guys are interested, check out their stuff. Do I believe electronic music and also like cool low poly 3D stuff, if I recall correctly.
Ooh, that's
and
a
I've
cool
seen
vibe.
it. I've seen it on Twitter, so check them out on Twitter. I think they have the same tag.
TrashBoat that doesn't even make sense is just a British joke.
I think that's the point. I think that's the point, but I'm not sure.
Risk damage.
Oh, I honestly, we've been vibing, so I haven't been paying close attention to the score, but Leonant one round away here.
Yeah, but
tight battle thus far.
This is game 5.
Yeah.
And this would be a big win for Sheridan, coming in with no points.
And jumping to 3.
Yeah.
I think you were playing, but I was telling Juicey that the outcome of this and your match are the difference between a 4-way tie and 1 or 2 people having a comfy lead.
Sheridan looking very comfortable on this daughter strength pattern.
Yeah. This is Sheridan's counter pick, right? Yeah.
I would assume so.
Yes. Because the score was they won the first game. They won game 1. Oh. Leonant's life would have been so much easier if the green didn't get pushed out of alignment. Sheridan gonna tie it up at 2.
All right.
Leonant had a really easy collapse with green onto yellow or something like that, and it got pushed out of alignment at the very last second while the orbs were in flight.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
brutal.
it was rough, and then it was just absolutely messed up.
All right, this is gonna be a tough ask for Sheridan because Leonant is very confident on World and Empress. Long-standing counterpick for them.
Yeah.
As long as I can remember.
And you would know best. You've been being victimized by Leonant for a long time. I think this character and Empress have both become just more common recently. This is our flavor of the season character.
Yeah, as the average skill has increased, and World and Empress have kind of been demoted from sure kill characters to quota characters.
Yeah.
They've become much more common as a skill check to test if people have crossed that barrier.
Yeah, of being able to survive on this character.
Magical drop.
It's a fine line. You have to be on top of your stuff to survive this character to quota, because the pattern involves lots of subtle orb management. You can't let yourself run out on that left side. That red on the side for Sheridan is very dangerous.
Oh wow, he did actually a really good job there. Oh, but I think that's a misdrop. He missed a yellow orb.
Yeah, he missed that leftmost column again, and it cost him.
But that's the difference on a character like this.
And the other thing to note on this character is that all of the matches are small, and you can't really play the pattern like you can a lot of other characters. So if you want to beat somebody, you have to be really good about setting up double clears that they just don't have the time or space to go for.
And even the double clear strategy doesn't really get you to quota that much faster.
Yeah, it's like
you're still like every game on this character is a slobber knocker. Oh no! Okay, Deka Sheridan has a little bit of time here. Oh, but he panicked.
He panics.
He super panicked. He had time and he thought he did it, and he made a bad decision.
Oh no, that ice.
Yeah.
Oh, it's still frozen.
It's still there. Oh, okay. He's got it now. He's got it now. Oh, but he didn't even go and grab the other.
In the quota race either.
Yeah, he's lost. Sheridan's lost a lot of time having to deal with that ice there. Still plenty of time to catch back up with this character, but still not a great place to be. Playing from behind.
The blues there.
Yeah. Okay, he takes the red to the other side.
The right side of the board, and the left side gets away.
Yeah. Well, Sheridan's still going to pick up a point, which gets him onto the leaderboard, which is the start, right? You got to be there to qualify.
15. Oh my god, 15 button magical drop.
What other buttons would there be?
Pick up and put down for each row.
For each color, and you could hold any number of colors at any time. Make it happen. All 4 colors, and you have like a pickup queue for each of them, but you just have to hit the right button.
Yeah, it's pick up and put down for each column. So
Each
like
column.
you don't have to move your you don't have to move your jester. You just press up or down.
Okay.
Column, and then you'd need a pull down column button.
Yeah. Okay. That would work too. It'd be like that. The alligator game that they have at the arcade where they come out and you like smack them with the mallet.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like that, but for magical drop. Oh no, am I playing? Am I up?
Nope.
Oh, Wampa Scherzo. Okay.
Yep.
Deka Note is going to be you guys are going to have a banger off stream.
Yeah. Oh, I got a challenge, but it was not Note. It was somebody else. Eyeball react. Oh, the Discord's not in the top, or is the magical drop one?
It's not?
Oh yeah, no, Puzzle Wednesday's in the game resources. There we go.
Yeah. Even then, I meant like even just the regular magical drop 3 Discord. If you're looking for tournament updates, I'll post them all. Puzzle Wednesday Discord's linked there too.
Oh, I see. I saw French, LATAM, and Puzzle Wednesday.
Yeah, it's the US one. It's like French English. Yeah, because it used to be the French server.
We usurped them.
Yeah. I wonder what Lamel's doing. I hope he's okay.
He seems like a cool guy.
He's probably. I've met him. He's nice. He's a cool dude.
Yeah, I heard you went over there and terrorized them.
Yeah. I got to see their arcade. They had a very nice arcade.
I really want Lamel to come back for hack match at some point.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm assuming Lamel is just playing some other random ass game. I think he's just found another random thing that he's pretty good at and is now playing it.
Oh wow, that was Juanpa just made a gorgeous clear where they stacked 2 clears on top of each other and got 2 layers of bridge clears in the like middle crevasse of
One of my all-time favorite like pieces of lore for me is I used to do tarot readings in college, and I'm hanging out with one of my friends. There's like a bunch of us at my apartment, and we're smoking, we're just chilling, you know, being college students, whatever. And I'm sitting on the couch next to him, and I'm watching him like have a very frantic conversation with like his on-again, off-again girlfriend that he hadn't been talking to for a while. And at some point in the night, he stumbles up to me. He's like, "Hey man, can you do a tarot card reading for me?" And I'm like, "Oh yeah, for sure." And I started flipping cards over, and even though like I knew that they weren't about love or about like people coming back into your life, he didn't know that. So I just started telling him that they all were, and he hadn't told anybody that he was talking to this girl. So he just started progressively looking more panicked, as if I was actually foretelling his future, and like I had delved into his soul. And he was just like crushed for the whole night. And the next day, he texted me. He's like, "Hey man, that meant a lot." And I was like, "Yo, dude, I saw your phone earlier in the evening. I was just fucking with you. I'm sorry." It had to be devastating for him.
The next level mind games.
Yeah, it's
Onto a
absolutely.
soul read.
Yeah, that was before I was a fighting game player too. It's just meant to be. The Scherzo takes us to High Priestess. Juicey rejoices. No High Priestess fan.
Yeah, it's been a dark season for Juicey because High Priestess, as World and Empress have come into favor, High Priestess has really fallen out of favor.
Yeah, I don't know anything about horoscope either, but we've got some World Empress rising, and I assume that Priestess has some other sort of title associated with her. Oh.
Juanpa with the meatiest 4-orb clear I've ever seen.
I'm watching the two of them play. I was like, I don't want to have to play against either of these guys, and then I play Draco next. It's not going to be any better.
Yeah, you're out of the frying pan and into the fire.
Yeah. The plan of like have a chill night and have a drink while I play in the tournament feels good until I watch the other guys play, and I'm like, oh no.
Leans forward in chair.
Oh wow, this. Oh wow! It disaligned itself on Scherzo's board. He had this nice yellow clear, but it unaligned. I got scared, and it realigned in time for the match to happen. And I think it might have stolen him the round.
We take those. Yeah, Juanpa just ended up with a funny board state where all of the orbs were like spread out and disconnected.
Yeah.
And so he just got tangled up making these really clumsy 3 matches. Very uncharacteristic of Juanpa's play.
Both players doing a really good job kind of finding links between the two halves of the board, or the two spires that High Priestess is pushing here.
Yeah, one of the important things to note about this character is
Oh, it's over for sure. So
she tends to when you do a solid chain, she tends to send like 3 or 4 lines, and those 3 or 4 lines, like the solid lines underneath the spires, I mean, and those 3 or 4 lines tend to be arranged in such a way that they can all be cleared in like a 2-chain, and that 2-chain sends back like the exact same pattern.
So you're just pushing them back and forth between the two boards.
Yeah, you just push back and forth the same like block of green and clear ice.
I think this is the right. She's the Sega Tetris of Magical Drop. Is that the one where you're the monkey and you can like hit the trash back and forth to each other?
Yes.
All right. I've watched enough Puzzle Wednesday that now that I know.
All right, now we're going up the tier list.
Oh yeah,
into chaos mode.
Put Sega Tetris Monkey into the chat for us, please. If we could have a second tier at the top of our tier list that was labeled high tier and then in parentheses gimmick, we would put Tower straight into that tier.
Yeah. The tendency to go to the disco makes Tower a bit of a wild card.
Yeah.
The discovery of the disco is also another thing that has boosted Empress and World in popularity, because where a lot of players would have previously picked Tower, they are now picking those two because they're much less variable in that same way.
Yeah.
It's a very solid play from Scherzo, though. Just textbook management of his pattern.
He's finding double clears still and stuff too. That's nice.
Yep. Tower's pattern is more manageable than you would expect because the colors are very forgiving, and because he's a strong character and sends lots of garbage, he has a tendency to send a lot of his ice, which his ice pattern is extremely easy to deal with.
And it buys you a lot of time.
Yeah, like, see how big that green match was? And then the right side of the board is also in really nice condition. As long as you're popping the ice with the right color, you're gonna make it to quota pretty quickly. I mean, the spires are obviously very scary.
Very annoying, but like if you move quick enough, you're doing alright.
Oh!
Oh.
Scherzo pulls it off. Is it enough, though? It is.
Oh, wow. I wasn't looking, but I saw his thing doing a 7-chain. Scherzo too good.
Yeah, he just pulled it off raw, too. No
that should be worth 2 rounds. Right, game 3 is Scherzo. We'll move on.
That's the magical drop equivalent of like a WWE finisher.
Especially when it actually is the finisher.
Yeah.
Like if you kill them and your last bubble was through the all clear glitch, like we should give you 2 rounds.
Astral finish.
The cinematic ending. Yeah. All right, Scherzo gonna take a game.
Yeah, swiftly too. That was a pretty commanding game on Tower. Ooh, Hanged Man, my boy.
That's not a pick that I was expecting, but okay.
Hanged Man is very similar to Empress and World in the way you have to handle his pattern. He sends less damage, but his pattern is wider, so you get about the same amount of orbs.
Other characters check your knowledge, Hangman checks your vibe, and...
Yeah.
Just the just chilling character, a lot of rules for Hangman don't really apply to any of the other casts.
Yeah,
because he's one of the few characters that you could really just go to town and make like a 7-chain with and not care.
Yeah, there's not really much difference between sending ice or sending regular garbage with him, so you really can just chain as much as you want. Wow. Wampa was barely hanging on for the 40 seconds that round, too. Really putting in a heroic effort not to die.
Yeah, it is correct. They are playing Money Idol Exchanger now. They have switched. Raspberry Floof asks, why does nobody pick Moon? I do not know. It's because Lamo quit. The only other person I know who besides Lamo, the only other person who counterpicked Moon regularly was Xerxes. Those are the two people that I know who did it, and I think everybody else just doesn't like her for some reason. Her pattern is kind of a headache, even if you know it's coming. So I completely understand.
It's like if you're gonna pick the Magician color pattern, and you want the Spires, you also have the choice of picking High Priestess.
Yeah.
But if you're looking for the shape, you also have Hangman, or not Hangman, Hermit.
And yeah, she falls sort of like Tower. She falls into like the high tier derogatory category.
She's also very susceptible to the disco. She was one of the first characters we witnessed the disco occur.
Yeah, because she just gives so much clear ice.
Yep, that magician ice pattern, just turning into endless cascades of chains with the big blue column that just connects everything. This match turning into a slobber knocker here.
I think going to Hangman will do that, especially when both players are kind of showing that they won't die here.
Yeah, it's a very similar vibe to World and Empress. Just you've got to break your wrists to prove that you can survive on it's like treading water, this pattern. It's gonna rise, and it's rising about as quickly as you can bail it out. So, but like, there's no free out. Once the water starts rising, it's pretty hard to stop. Oh, great play from Scherzo, preserving some extra orbs on the left side so that he has material to work with and doesn't get stranded, which is a very common cause of death. But unfortunately, the right side gets out of his hands, and Pampa's gonna take it. One of the hardest fought 3-1s I think I've ever watched.
Yeah.
Hey, birdup.
Yes.
I heard you bring up Sega Tetris earlier.
I did bring up the funny monkey.
Did you know we're running that next month?
Oh, is it time for a Shill Break?
Maybe. No, not quite, but maybe you should enter it.
Oh, the two games you'll never convince me to play are Tetris and Puyo Puyo. I know better. I know better. if when you run Pequeña again, call me up. If we're playing Senno, I'll just show up in Go 2, but like you're not gonna get me to play Tetris. No shot.
This one is very funny. Man, you can steal some wins against people who probably know what they're doing better, but not played this version.
The issue is that I play puzzle games a lot, and I'm bad at both Puyo Puyo and Tetris. So people will watch me play and they'll be like, "He's so good at Magical Drop. What's wrong with him?"
That's not going to tarnish your perspective, I promise.
What's he doing over there?
Perception. Okay.
The
anyway,
only one I'll maybe play for Tetris is if you guys run what's the Mahjong one, Deka, that I played a bunch of the demo of that I'm now forgetting the name of.
Mahjong Tetris.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's Yume
not Gururin.
Yume
Uram.
Yeah, that game rocks. I'll play that.
Shame we don't have a way to host that.
Yeah, we don't have a way to stream.
Wonder where that conversation came up this week.
Is that the game in question?
No, but it counts.
Because if it was, I'll pull some strings.
Anyway, we got Deka and Note. I guess we held on to the other half of Losers 8s as well. All right, 1 second.
Oh, we're playing Deka's match? No.
I guess so.
Oh,
Oh, they're playing already.
Oh,
I can tell when Deka's playing because it sounds like somebody's sending a fax over Discord. Like his fight stick sound doesn't come all the way through, but you just hear like this really low pitched noise periodically. It's probably not like when I play and you can just hear me slamming on my keyboard.
yeah, but there's some charm to that.
Yeah, I think there is, and I think Deka's has its own unique charm. It doesn't, I don't really think about getting faxes. But this makes me feel the right way. Gives me some early '90s nostalgia. I'm going to work with my dad.
Nostalgic for fax machine. Yeah. You got it.
Fax machine dad. Oh, did you get to use? We even talked in Easter Pass. Did you get to use Easter Dad at all this year? The light blue Wario that we waxed poetically on last time.
I forgot about Easter Dad.
I would never forget about Easter Dad.
I'm embarrassed that I did. No, the excuse has not shown itself yet. Maybe we can make a ROM hack of Wario's Woods with that color set.
delayed Easter.
You should have run Wario Woods on Easter for Easter Dad.
I mean, we functionally run it for like last break of the year, so you could say it's like Christmas ?
Well, my question for you is like, what about like WarioWare? Is there any of those that we could play online and host a tournament for? I feel like that should be a puzzle game equivalent.
If I
That
could,
would be a very good April Fool's bracket.
That would be a great bracket.
there's probably some way to do something with the GameCube port of the original one.
Yeah, or there's
Via,
gotta be
like,
some
Dolphin.
WarioWare DS emulator going on somewhere.
It would be down the rabbit hole, but that would be a fun pick. I cannot deny it.
I was really into the WarioWare for the Wii.
Smooth moves is good.
Smooth moves, yeah. That's the only one I've ever played, and I had a great time doing it.
Thing is, all of them are pretty solid except for like Game and Wario and one of the DSiWare ones. It's hard to go wrong. But also that game is ADD fuel incarnate.
Yeah.
CT was also really good at WarioWare.
When the Wii was like a gimmick thing that even your like older relatives wanted to come check out, like I'd have my aunts come for Thanksgiving and they'd want to fight each other in like Wii Sports boxing, and once all the adults gave up, I'd get my cousin to be like, now I'm gonna show you the real shit, we're gonna play WarioWare smooth moves. And that was the rest of the evening. That's when the
God
real
bless.
fun started. Yeah.
Look, I tell this story offhanded sometimes, but Wario's Woods being a hidden game in Animal Crossing definitely had some impact on us coming together.
Yeah.
Yes.
That
was one of those. I would play with my cousin constantly, and it was one of those.
Where do you find it in Animal Crossing?
It is behind an eShop or e-reader card, or more specifically, just get an action replay. But you could purchase it alongside
for the
other
Switch
NES games. No, for the original GameCube.
Oh.
It's like that was a foundational game that I didn't even realize was a puzzle game when I was growing up. It's like, yeah, Toad can run up walls and make explosions happen, and Wario's there, and it's cool.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And Brain never put together that it was a puzzle game at that point. Because there was a funny little guy running around. Like,
Right.
Yeah, it's like Mario.
Was it still was it exactly Wario's Woods, or was it like
It was the NES Wario's Woods.
Oh, all right.
All right, can we get a doot in chat?
It's time. Not to go back to the topic beyond this, but man, Easter Dad just had such a good ring to it.
Yeah, he's great.
Yeah.
Impossible to beat. He's got the vibes.
Oh,
He just stands for good, wholesome family fun.
God bless Easter Dad.
A nice move, Deka.
Honestly, I'm surprised Deka's able to be doing as well as he is with us talking absolute nonsense into his ear.
Oh yeah, for sure.
One of my rare talents is the ability to just. I focus better when I have people talking in the background.
Yeah.
My tournament nerves.
Somebody's got to send these faxes, so he's taking one for the team.
Typing up my TPS reports.
Doing this for so long, amongst other things, has steeled my tournament nerves a lot. To like, stray background shit does not bother me anymore. Like, I do it to be considered to other people, but sometimes I just forget that's a problem that like people have with locking in with like background noise or just inane bullshit going on in the background.
Oh, I'm totally booting your asses when I have to play against Draco. I'm still susceptible to people talking behind me.
That's
I
fair.
think that's because I want to be involved in the conversation. You know, I want to chime in.
A little bit. I think the thing that's gotten to me, it's happened because I've been practicing much EX2 for the regional. Is I don't necessarily like people like if I'm in a voice chat practicing like Rodney. Sometimes I get a little distracted and frustrated with like people telling completely unrelated jokes in the background. It's like, huh? I can't pin why, but it's a feeling.
I was when I was playing Tekken this weekend. People behind me were talking while I was playing my matches at the local, and I was just like, I wanted to chime in because they were like, I would do a move and they'd be like, "Is that plus?" And I just wanted to answer like, "I don't know, man. Like, can you tell me? Because I got to figure this out at some point. I'm not in training mode. I need the lore."
I think it'd be interesting to just kind of talk with everyone here about how they cope with tournament nerves at some point. Be a fun video.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I've played enough different games at this point that I'm disaffected in that regard.
I have my story about why I don't care anymore, but that's for another time.
Yeah. I think the game that I would get the most tournament nerves for is Magical Drop, but I've like completely gone around the tournament nerves spectrum, where when I'm losing to somebody where I feel like I shouldn't be losing, my brain doesn't do the "oh my god, you're losing, you shouldn't be losing this." It does the "you've won these before," and I like legitimately believe myself. And I wish I could do that in like any other aspect of my life. When I just have like general anxiety, I wish I could believe my brain, but only in the Magical Drop circumstance will it actually trust itself.
No, I just told myself, like, you lived through worse. I'm like, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Maybe it's not as positive a framing around it, but it surprisingly works.
I think what also is really helpful for me in this game in particular is that when I'm going to be upset by somebody, I have played enough with them and watched them come up that it is legitimately entertaining for me to potentially lose to them.
Yeah, and it never feels like unearned.
No, because I watched them struggle, right? Like, it's like
You're
coming
witnessing
of
the
age.
conclusion of a storyline, right?
Yeah, it's like a coming of age moment. I think Draco is a good example of that, right? I used to play whenever I would just randomly log on to Fightcade, they would challenge me to a 1st to 5, and for the longest time I would just absolutely push their shit in. And then one day they started taking games, and then one day they were like pushing me to the end of the set, and then one day they were beating me, and it was awesome. It was like really cool to like watch that happen. I think just being involved in one scene for so long, and like especially as close knit as our scene is it's like really cool to see that happen.
Deka put Note in a box in that last character match. Like,
yeah, Death is I didn't show it off against birdup, but Death is definitely one of my best characters.
Your prize for that is getting to play Scherzo. So.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
And 3 points. So we're
three
cooking
points
now.
Yeah. So that puts you and Leonant the two of you were tied for the final spot. You're still tied.
No.
Going into the last month is the final qualifier, or next month is the last qualifier. So this might be the first time we actually get a playoff. Like if you and Leonant are still tied after next month, like I'm just making you guys play a set for the final spot.
All right.
That's how it works. I don't want to do any of this like who showed up to less stuff kind of deal. Like no, you guys just run the set.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a fair way to do it.
Yeah.
Speaking of running the set, hey, birdup.
Yes.
Get in there.
That's me, yeah, right?
Yeah.
No. Where is he? A challenge. Okay. I've sent the challenge. Hold on, he says. So yeah, just in this last moment, like Note and Scherzo. Wow, I've got everybody's name wrong.
Yeah.
Note and Sheridactyls both earning a point. So Sheridactyls getting onto the leaderboard. Note, still staying in striking distance of that final qualifying place. What if we got a three-way, like, playoff?
How do you run that set?
That would be pretty cool.
I would
Play a
do
little round robin.
I would do an Oxy tiebreaker because I come from the melee scene.
I don't even know what that is.
So Oxy tiebreaker is you play. There's three people and you play until somebody wins 2 games in a row or 2 sets in a row.
Interesting.
So like Deka would play Note and the winner would play Leonant. And if the same person who won the first set wins the second set, they win. But if the other person wins, so if Deka beats Note and then Leonant beats Deka, and then Note beats Leonant, it could theoretically go on forever until somebody crumples. One of my really good friends who made the video of me for Magical Drop 3 made a documentary about, we had an invitational for like New York, New Jersey, and Connecticut in Melee. And we did an Oxy tiebreaker and it went for like almost an hour where they just like nobody could beat somebody twice in a row. And it went to like the most grueling tournament set of Melee I'd ever seen happen in my life. It was wild. And it's worth watching the documentary that he put together. So would recommend. Also, I'm gonna mute myself so that I can play these guys. But I will see you on the other side.
Best of luck.
Best of luck against the dragon from Brazil. It's a shame there isn't a dragon tarot card, because that would be the perfect pick for Draco.
Not wrong.
Oh wow, Draco off to a really strong start.
Oh yeah,
We're
follow
only
up
one
item.
match behind though. He just saved the green orbs that Draco popped immediately. Birdup with a bit of a cluttered board here though. Oh wow, look how neat Draco's board is. Draco has been absolutely unstoppable on Magician lately. Just the way they finesse the pattern to just guarantee that their board looks so clean at all times is really impressive.
Look, if there's one thing to get right in your entire Magical Drop career, having good fundamentals and consistent like advantage on Magician matchup is pretty up there.
Yeah, if anything, a big part of Draco's success is Draco is very, very good at like the most common picks right now. Empress and World are their go-to counter picks, and they will double jeopardy you because they have the same pattern. And they're basically unstoppable on Magician, even taking games off of Rudolph and Juanpa. So like they just have the kit to like win against what's in vogue, the metagame, if you will.
I'd love to be in vogue.
But yeah, like if you like 120 quota into the match, if you look at Birdup's board and you look at Draco's board, it's like unreal how different they are. Because Draco's board will be like the perfectly preserved flat lines, and Birdup will be like fighting in the middle of the board with some staggered like survival pattern. And it just gives Draco like an ability to deal quota in a way that nobody else has figured out on that character.
So it's a little crazy, yeah.
One of the big things that they do is they wait for the like final line to come up. So they'll like let garbage. So even if they see a flat line in the back, they'll wait and let it get pushed out of alignment so they can grab the next one of the same color. And I don't know how it works, but it just makes their board turn out in fantastic ways. If I could emulate it, I would, but they have a special touch. But now that we've progressed onto Chariot, we are in Birdup's wheelhouse. This was his this has long time been his go-to counter pick. Along with Sun, though apparently earlier in bracket he was mentioning that Sun has fallen a little bit out of his favor in favor of Star. All characters with very similar pattern.
Yeah.
But his dominance in the low tiers was kind of his how he cemented himself as the third best player in the scene. But right now, Draco on a warpath. Alright, Birdup actually coming up a little bit short here, for both players. This starting pattern, I'm pretty sure has a power orb. If they pulled up 2 more lines, they would have gotten it. Yep, there it is. The red, right on cue.
Birdup kind of letting it just kind of cook in the background there. Did not affect all that much.
Yeah, the late game power orbs can be a little hard to finesse. It's
Great, I got it. Yeah.
Oh, he's got it though. Yeah, late game power orbs when your board is in the character's pattern shape, they're a little harder to get to collapse in like a really explosive way, the same way they do if you get like a round start power orb. Especially on this pattern where you really want to be taking the ice yourself, so you don't have to deal with funny checkerboard conundrums. There's a lot less to leverage with like a late game power orb. Meanwhile, if you're playing like Death and you get a late game power orb, your ice problems go away.
So, Birdup got beat on his counter pick.
Yeah,
I feel some of the energy like,
ooh, we're going to Death.
I feel like some of the energy brought was like, yeah, what do you do from here?
Yep, this is definitely a change in the lineup for Birdup. Draco has had his number on 2 lower tier characters, so Birdup says we're gonna try the funny sweet spot where we pick a character who is explosive enough to kill you, but not so brutal that you can't survive if you know what you're doing. Alright, but Draco doing a fantastic job of managing the ice, getting a lot of very nice clears there. Oh, a little bit of a misplay from Draco there. Gonna die to an early push.
We take this.
Yeah. birdup doing a good job leveraging the ice to make some nice clears. Doing the smart play, which is generally kind of intercepting the ice as it comes in. With the if you get the correct colors into position, you can kind of mitigate the evil flat ice pattern before it happens. Oh, those greens getting stolen from birdup by the push. Oh, and he's at top board. But Draco's just gonna close on quota. birdup doing a little bit too much juggling at top board, lost the tempo. Draco sending 6 lines with the 3 chain with one of the biggest triple matches I've ever seen. And that is a quick 3-0. Draco looking to face Juanpa in winners finals.
He kind of cooked me.
Yeah, he was looking really strong.
Yeah, I think I don't really have a counterpick strategy for because I think he's better at the quota category. So
Yeah.
like going to Chariot doesn't feel like a layup like it does against some other people.
Alrighty then. Before we go into the next part of bracket, we gotta talk a little bit. You know, you're in the middle of funny month right now. In the eye of the storm. This is the one serious bracket of the month. It's Magical Drop 3. Wave on camera. You're on screen. We're here right now, and we still got a little bit of bracket left for you. We have a Friday mode. April 12th is Musape's Choco Marker, and this is a rat's pick. I am not very literate with this game. Deka, do you remember this one better than I do?
Can you pronounce the name again? Because
Musape's Choco Marker.
Okay, that's what I thought I heard.
Yes.
It's basically you play as a character on a 3D board and place blocks to make sandwiches a la Kirby Star Stacker. When you place blocks, it can detach blocks from your stack and send them to your opponent as garbage. And the goal is to remove all the blocks from your stack to reveal the center block.
Okay. And then the following Wednesday is Psycho First Edition. We're doing Gem Fighter Mini Mix, which is the fighting game based on the puzzle game, based on the fighting game.
Right.
But as the title may give away, we got a wrinkle in that. It's a Dan-only bracket, because there's one thing we love here at Puzzle Wednesday. It's Dan from Street Fighter. So, check that out. If we want a different one for me to bully you into, birdup, you said you like Mahjong?
I do love Mahjong. It's true.
We are doing for Wednesday, April 24th, 8:30 p.m. EDT. We are playing a PlayStation game called the Mahjong. I'm going to butcher this. Ochige Rakujong, which is a falling blocks game where you are dropping Mahjong pieces to make hands and clears. But the real wrinkle is this game has a luck stack that you can build up. And when you're at pawn, God bless that I'm saying all of this right, maybe.
You're doing great.
When you're tenpai.
Okay.
Okay.
When I'm tenpai,
The game will actually measure your luck stat and roll for the chance to win or deny it to you with comical animations.
so when I make a match, does it like go to my hand? Like, how do I become tenpai?
Yeah, you make groups of 3 to make pons and cheese, and they go to your hand.
All right, I'll fucking see you there. Let's go.
Yeah. But for me, as someone wildly Mahjong illiterate, I love the idea that the game can just say, no, you don't win this time, try again.
What's this on the 24th?
Yep.
Yes, it is.
I'm doing it. Somebody remind
All right.
me.
Don't worry, I got you. And that is it for our funny month lineup. We got a little bit already listed in the Discord, but that would be me like telling you 5 more events. What's up?
My wife has been on vacation almost or on a work trip for basically this entire month.
Yes.
And she gets back. She's here all of next week, and then she goes on another work trip right in time for me to play Mahjong Ochige Rakugan. Rakujang. You know,
The
clutch. Absolutely, she couldn't have planned it better. I feel good about this one because I know how to make a Mahjong hand. Right. I don't know how to set up like a chain in Puyo. Can't do it. Impossible. I don't know how to manage a Tetris well, but I understand what I'm tenpai.
I'm gonna just try and make chains the best that I can, and hopefully it kills you.
Okay, good.
And we'll see. We'll see who comes out on top.
Do I get more damage for making a better Mahjong hang? If I got a Baimon versus like a San Baimon, do I get bonus points?
You actually take points from your opponent, just like you're playing Mahjong.
All right, this is exactly. Juicey's going to do his combo. He's just going to be getting all simples, and I'm going to just drop some sort of crazy Yakuman on him, and it's going to be all over.
We'll see what happens.
That was all completely nonsense to Juicy.
Yeah, every time that it's brought up, I think you're all just making up words to like make me feel bad.
Well, that was all a real phrase, so.
I'm sure it was. But that is our funny April lineup. And if you want to know more about what we're doing in May, we already have our schedule up in the Discord. You should check it out. But with that, we're going to go ahead and get back in the bracket.
I'm still really messed up by the art to Masupei's Choco marker.
I don't like the realistic hands.
Yeah, it's like if like it reminds me of like a My Chemical Romance Care Bear kind of deal.
It's so uncanny.
Yeah, it's really strange.
Just deeply uncomfortable, but Rats really likes it.
Yeah.
All right.
TrashBoat also mentioned they've played 8 Yakuza games and still hasn't learned Mahjong. It's for your health that you don't learn how to play Mahjong. You're actually doing yourself a favor by not falling down this rabbit hole.
I've not actually played any Yakuza, but if I was going to do one first, it would be the one with Puyo in it, so I can do that mission really easily.
There you go. Oh, we're doing winners first? Okay.
I feel like I've grown so used to the way that we do things that I forget sometimes even in person that like winners finals is not necessarily what we run first after semis.
Yeah, it's losers quarters, winners finals, losers semis, losers finals. I'm very adamant.
I know you are, and we still somehow always forget.
When we run the finale, I'll remind people. I'm like,
no, I get it.
Winners finals after losers quarters. Otherwise, the person in losers finals gets really cold. Sucks.
Respectable. I think we just so don't care here 90% of the time that it's not even consideration.
Yeah, that's fair. I understand.
People want to see the big winners finals match. I'm like, all right, have your fireworks show.
And this should definitely be a fireworks show.
It's true. Draco definitely has some real, upstart punk energy.
Yes. Draco has come fairly close to taking a set off of one. Much quicker than most people manage.
Remind me, what was the upset for top 8 of Majidoro Masters last year?
Scherzo beating Rudolph, probably.
Right.
Scherzo got second last year, if I remember correctly.
Okay, I was more remembering which of the big two got upset, or was more, we'll say, more upset vulnerable last year.
Yeah.
All right. Draco taking
Reminder-
round 1.
Reminder that there was basically a 12-month period where Wampa didn't drop a tournament and might not have dropped a set.
That's crazy.
That's crazy, especially in a scene as active as this one. Like, Butts is pretty dominant in Money Idol Exchanger, but the scene is a lot less active for that than this is. And players like Draco have really done like a legendary effort to close the gap between Wampa and Rudolph, who basically seemed untouchable for the first 2 years. Like, the first year, we didn't even make them qualify because it was so guaranteed that they were going to get in. We just said, you don't even have to.
I think so. As the organizer, I'll say it's like 50% that, right? I think I could still invite them. It makes the math for the rest of the qualification places so hard when you have to discount the results of two people who are basically constantly winning. We had a lot of the first year had a lot of weird stuff. It had the regional in-person qualifiers. It had the European qualifiers. There's a lot of different ways you could get points the first year, and I think we had like 21 different people earn points during that period. It might have been more than that, honestly. It was like a wild number of people who earned at least 1 point.
Which is pretty cool, but
it's just great. But at the same time, it was like a little hard to manage. I'll wait. I have a question for the group after. We'll wait till the end of this game. This is going to be a good set, but an organizational question for folks. So hopefully I remember.
Wow, great yellow clear, but unfortunately Wampa's just a little too far ahead.
Yeah, Draco making it close game 1.
I need to do some more experimenting with the damage calculator.
Just to like find some fun tricks.
No, there's a quandary that I've never really figured out. So if you do 2 chains while someone's doing a combo, you take 8 lines, right?
Yeah.
But I'm not sure if you do 3 2 chains while someone's doing a combo, they take 12.
Will the damage calculator tell you that though?
No, I meant the damage. Like I'd have to actually test it. Not necessarily the damage calculator.
I'm pretty sure you do. And I only say that because from my speedrunning days, I feel like getting the 3-2 change was an instant win. I could basically stop playing.
Well, if the lines are already coming in, you can add more to them. But if like...
But you're saying, do you think that the queue caps at 8 until it starts sending?
Until it starts sending, yeah.
That might be true.
I'm curious to test that.
Yeah.
Like, if Draco did a 14 chain and Wampa did 4 2 chains, I'm really curious what would happen to Draco's side of the board.
But does that help you in any way?
No, I'm just purely for
curiosity.
academic reasons. Yeah, I just want to know what it does.
We could definitely do that. We could play on Hangman, and I'll just do a 15 chain, and you can send me as many lines as you want. Oh, really close here at the end. And I think Draco won that one, namely because Wampa had cleared some sort of power work. And his board was doing some sort of wild animation.
Draco's been having a lot harder time keep his board as neat as he did against you. Because his board looked impeccable every time I took a peek at it when he was in your match. But this time, Wampa's doing a better job of sending meaner garbage, I guess.
Yeah.
That's enough! Oh, but the second chain kicks in!
Yeah, the big thing of blue in the backboard. That's rough. That's actually one of the worst feelings, is where you have just enough, but there's no way for you to get to the exact amount without causing a cascade. Wampa with some awesome clears to get rid of all that yellow. I think CC asked a question in the chat about chaining and like the queue of trash to be sent. So the way that we currently comprehend it, and Deka, correct me if you feel differently, is that there's no offsetting. So if you your trash doesn't come at you until your combo ends. So theoretically, how it would work in my mind is if Deka is doing like a 10 chain, that takes a really long ass time to do. If I do 3 2-chains during that time period, if we're playing on a character that sends a lot of garbage, he should have 12 lines of garbage queued up to be sent to him when his chain ends, right? And he could pause that queue by starting a new chain, but if he did nothing, he would theoretically get sent 12 lines of garbage and die. What we're positing might be the case, and we need to test, is that there is a maximum number of lines that could be queued up before the damage starts rolling. Is that's what you're saying, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And like the if you're going to send 12 lines, if it like recalculates what the incoming lines will look like.
Yeah.
Like it compresses the matches into like an improved strength attack.
Maybe, yeah.
Like
Because there's also the difference between, getting the strong attack on a character and getting the weak attack, and that's generally like the ice pattern difference.
The ice pattern difference is there's a funny formula under the hood where that's a function of number of orbs and number of chain links.
That varies from character to character and strength to strength.
The damage in, or the number in, is the same. It's just that there's a color pattern,
Right.
a pattern shape, and then there's also a damage table.
But there's two color patterns. There's your ice pattern and there's your neutral pattern.
Yeah.
Your non-ice pattern.
And the damage table determines, based on the strength of your attack, how many regular lines and how many ice lines you get and the order they appear in.
Right. So there are times where you could send more orbs, but not send any ice than if you sent less orbs because of the way that the pattern works out, right? Or the formula works out.
Like if you do a big 2-chain, like a 2-chain with like 30 orbs, you're gonna send like 4 lines and 3 of them will be ice.
Right. But if you do a 2-chain of like 6 orbs, you're gonna send 4 lines and almost none of them will be ice.
And or if you just do if you do like a 4-chain with 12 orbs, it will be like 6 lines, no ice.
Right. And if you do like a round starting 4-chain with a power orb in it, it probably sends 6 lines, but almost primarily ice.
Yeah. It's hard to know just at a glance.
Yeah, it's a very particular formula, And I think the best way to visualize it is on the Play Magical Drop site, the damage calculator that Xerxian put together. You can like basically find certain characters where you say, I'm going to do a 2-chain and send 9 orbs, and I'm going to do a 2-chain and send 10 orbs, and it'll be completely different things of trash that they send because of the way that the formula works out.
It's a very fun tool to play around with.
Yeah.
I think my funny
your
article
article's
about
on there,
all
yeah,
work
for
still
sure.
on there too. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
If you want to read about how the damage formula works, I wrote an explanation that's also somewhere on playmagicaldrop.com.
Okay. I think
I'll
they're
link
both
the
under
website
advanced
in the chat.
category. Thank you.
No problem.
I pay like $1 per year in site visits for PlayMagicalDrop.com, or $1 per site visit per year. It's definitely worth it. It rocks. I love it. Because like the 3 people a year that actually end up playing the game because they read the website, it's worth
It's
all
worth
the
it.
fish to me. Oh, 100%. No question.
That's actually, I used that as a sort of guide resource for the guy I got to do commentary for Match Drop 6 that year.
Nice.
Completely unfamiliar, like, just go through this, I promise it'll be okay.
Yeah. And the first part of it is like I tell a story at the beginning too. It's like we don't get immediately into like the science of the game. I do my best to explain why this game in particular is a game that people would want to play. All right, Wampateki at 3-1 over Draco. So he's not going untouched. He has bled going into grand finals. But he makes it there as expected. Do we know what side of
DracoMurai, our number 2 seed,
drops
drops
down
into losers.
Do not know who's next, but it's either going
Scherzo
to
and
be Deka or
Deka.
me.
It's
Looks
Scherzo
like
and
Oh,
Deka.
it's Scherzo Deka. Scherzo Deka. Okay.
I see the ping.
The ping tolls, but it's
Yeah. For whom the ping pongs. Oh, there's Scherzo. Scherzo's gonna take my B. No.
It might be. But he can never
I
take
fight money.
your bean chariot.
All right, we're in.
I'm looking forward to being in Japan and going into every used game store to be like, do you have any cursed copies of Magical Drop that I could have, please?
You go ahead and get Magical Drop for Game Boy Color.
I have, that's like the one that I feel like I'm missing that would go along with my collection. I have the Neo Geo Pocket one. I have 3 for the PC, and I have 1 and 2 for Super Nintendo. But I want to get like some of the PS1 ones that are kind of cursed to add to my collection. I probably won't display them the way that I display the other ones, but I'll just have them, in case I need to.
Have them for moral support. Oh, I screwed that up really bad. I did not mean to connect that power orb. I was going for some silly maneuvers, and they did not pan out.
So for Deka or Leonant, if either of them could get the upset over me or Scherzo, this is massive in the scheme of like qualifying points, right?
It's also equally as unlikely.
It's hard. It's definitely hard.
Okay, gotta recenter myself here.
The question in the chat is, what makes the copies of Magical Drop that I'm looking for cursed? There's the like somebody said, there's the one remake with the weird 3D models. There's Magical Drop F, which is just like kind of cursed in general. And there's I want Magical Drop for Wonder Swan because 1, I have no idea what the hell a Wonder Swan is, and 2, the cartridge just has a really cool picture of Justice on it. It looks super sick. It's less cursed. It's more just awesome, and like I still don't know what a Wonder Swan is, but it looks really cool.
The Wonder Swan is actually Gunpei Yakoi's last thing that he made. He left Nintendo a little bit, making Game Boy Pocket after the Virtual Boy was considered whatever the Virtual Boy was, and he partnered with Bandai and made that as the competing handheld.
Yeah, so it's just like a handheld system.
Yep.
But
And
the picture of the cartridge looks like it's like a SNES size thing. Am I just misinterpreting the space?
You're misinterpreting the scope, or scale.
Oh, but that cartridge looks so cool. So if I get like a little tiny cart, that actually has
it is
for Wonder Swan down my list.
Yeah. And the gimmick of it is you have a D-pad on different sides of it, So
Okay.
there are certain games that change to like Tate orientation.
Like the
For-
shoot 'em up one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's like some games actively switch between orientations.
So it's the shmup system.
Kind of. I don't know which mups they made for it. I know they did like 2 Guilty
They
Gears
probably
for it.
They did Guilty Gear for it?
They're Guilty Gear Petite 1 and 2.
Petit. Great name for a game.
That's Mr. Driller, so it's an A+ in my book.
Oh my god, is Guilty Gear Petite like Gem Fighter, but for Guilty Gear?
Kind of.
Oh, fucked up, let's go.
They came up with a character to kind of stand in for Faust, and then they added her and Faust in the second one anyway.
So there's a fucked up girl doctor.
No, she's still cute.
Oh, okay.
It's not looking good for me, guys.
No, it's not.
So-
It's not looking good.
Oh, I missed it again.
Oh, this cartridge
go.
looks a lot smaller now that I look at the Guilty Gear Petite.
All right, we're gonna show off the characters nobody picks.
Yo, Moon, let's go.
Oh, she just has a very big syringe. Now I'm just looking at this thing. My bad.
Sorry to distract you, apparently.
Yeah, it's just like I learned lore and I want to find out. Oh, we have a moon pick? Okay. Deka wasn't lying. This is a bold pick against Scherzo.
I mean, you're right. But I don't know if this is a resignation pick or not.
Yeah?
Oh yeah, it's a resignation pick. Scherzo beat Rudolph on Moon, I think, the
Oof.
year he got second.
Then why wouldn't you go Fool?
I could have gone Fool. You're
It's
right.
that point.
We've already played on Fool, and we were talking about how nobody picks Moon anymore.
That's true.
So I decided I'll take one for the team and show off the funny pattern.
I
Yeah,
think the
no.
only character that nobody plays them anymore is Devil, because nobody played them in the first place.
That's true. Why would you?
Yeah.
But yeah, I will say you'll probably have a good time with the Wonder Swan version of Magical Drop. I think it's a little bit better than the Game Boy Color
I
one.
lived to quota. That's a win in my book.
Yeah, you're looking good. Well, I don't have a Wonder Swan. I would just have the copy of Magical Drop for Wonder Swan. I wouldn't be able to play it.
You'll figure it out.
I have a Game Boy Color still. I can play the Magical Drop for Game Boy Color.
You'll figure it out while you're up there. You'll just come home with like 5 Wonder Swans. It's whatever.
Sure. They're probably cheap at this point. Who knows? I'm in like a video game club with some of my friends now. We
Yeah.
don't play games competitively. And my pick for the video game club was Pokemon, the trading card game for Game Boy #2, which never got translated into English, but got a fan translation. So now I really want to play Pokemon, the trading card game, the game for #2, or #2 for Game Boy. It's gonna be great. I'm sending my friends the entire GameFAQ article. Be like, good luck, have fun.
We're going straight into the other side of losers quarterfinals. We got birdup and Leonant.
Yeah. And
Hopefully, birdup fares a little bit better than I did.
we hope. Well, for your point total, you definitely hope.
Oh yeah, that's true. I wish no ill will to any players, but Leonant, please
But
lose.
Okay, we're in.
I'm sure he's listening.
I think Leonant's in that contingent of people who doesn't watch the stream but watches in Fightcade for every match and has a conversation in Spanish in the comment section of Fightcade.
You know what? Live your best life.
Someone's got to do it.
That's the funny thing, actually. No, you don't.
A lot
All
of
this-
the Spanish-speaking people go just kind of chat about the matches in Bikeade.
Yeah.
Yeah. We need a Spanish simulcast of the final. Oh my god, the 2-1. Jesus. We have a 3-way simulcast. We have a Portuguese simulcast.
I like this opener in particular because everyone takes it a different way.
Oh no. Oh, everything bad happened to me right there.
Oh! birdup with a double tap on
myself.
the put down. We haven't. I'm legally obligated to mention it at this point, but we joke about the game having a speed limit because when you get to the level that these players are at, the input buffer becomes your constant enemy. And by input buffer, I mean the complete and total lack thereof. This game will just drop your inputs if it doesn't know what to do with them. And so we joke that there's a speed limit, because if you try to go too fast while things are moving up and down, your character, your little clown, will take a smoke break, and he just won't do what you want.
Oh, I had 6. Just didn't resolve.
Leonant's. Oh yeah. Okay, so Leonant's gonna take game 1.
Alright.
birdup secretly harboring distaste for me is gonna throw to Leonant so that Leonant can kick me out of the top 8. I know he would never.
No. It's the multiple glasses of whiskey that are facing me down. That's my true rival at this point.
birdup really looking for a pair of or some red orbs on his board as the damage rolls in, and just nothing there. Least valuable power orb.
Horrible at the moment. The last 3 times I've looked at the quota counter, we've had exactly the same number.
Yeah, it's pretty close right now.
Whew.
Tempo right in birdup's favor. Yeah. Oh wow, birdup really sniping some a nice yellow clear. Leonant claiming a big yellow clear of their own though. Ooh, another big yellow clear. The ice pattern really coming into effect. 5 to 7. Oh my god. Leonant is 1 orb short.
That's rough.
birdup up 2 games, but definitely not safe here with the margins he's winning by.
I know I'm gonna have to play like on World or something right after this.
Probably twice.
Yeah, probably twice.
A little bit of misplay from
Empress,
Leonant there.
He unlocks the secret characters. Oh, Hermit.
Alright, you get to play World on the left and Empress on the right.
I actually kind of like Hermit.
Hermit, another one of the characters who has really risen in popularity now that the gimmickiness of Tower and Fortune has been revealed. There is no cheese to playing Hermit. You just gotta be good.
Yeah.
So there is the legendary easy Hermit pattern. Every once in a while, his colors will just line up in such a wonderful way. But it's very inconsistent.
Well, I was cooking him on quota too.
Oh yeah, the right spire getting away from birdup there.
I should have cleared the middle.
This board looking a little messy here. Oh yeah, the blue ice on both sides, just making his life a nightmare.
Oh, that was stupid.
A bit of a funny shuffle from birdup there. Oh, and then he wastes the power orb. Oh, but Leonant wasn't ready for the sudden influx of damage.
Oh.
Oh. We're going the rest of the way up the tier list.
Yeah. I think the adjustment I made after the second round of Hermit was like, I was trying to play the game too much. And I think I should be playing the game less with these characters and make Leonant prove to me that he could play the game instead. Oh. Yeah. Like, if you could show me that you could play the game, then I have to respect it. Otherwise, I could just kind of vibe.
So, funny story about Father's Strength. We were talking earlier about giving individual players like their tarot card based on personality and vibes and what the tarot card means. So, as it turns out, in Magical Drop 1, Strength was Father's Strength. He was just a big buff guy.
Big guy.
And then, oh yeah, because you think Strength, big strong guy.
Big strong guy.
As it turns out, the tarot of Strength isn't a big strong guy. It's a girl with a lion.
Yeah.
So they were like, oh. And so in the next game, they swapped him out and replaced him with Daughter Strength. And then later, in Magical Drop 3, they added him back in as a hidden character who the only way you can run into him is by playing the
Daughter Strength, right?
the funny magical journey mode. He's a random encounter in there somewhere.
Oh. I still think one of the weirdest things that I of the Magical Drop stuff that I own, there's two qualifiers for the weirdest thing. One is the bento box wrap that I have that is Magical Drop themed. It's just the cover of Magical Drop #1, but to cover your bento box so you can take your food to work. Oh wow! Sorry, that got tighter than I expected.
Ooh. All right, Leonant.
And the other thing, which I think is the weirdest thing that I own out of Magical Drop, is the deck. So I have the regular tarot card deck that they produced for Magical Drop. And then I also have the tarot card deck that the guy who did the illustrations for Magical Drop 1, but didn't work on Magical Drop 2 or 3, decided, well, what if I had drawn all of the other characters? So there's like an Magical Drop alternate universe original illustrator tarot deck that I have that has all of the other characters that don't exist in Magical Drop 1 drawn in the style of the guy who created the original Magical Drop characters, which is wild because none of them look the same at all, right? Every character that he imagined that didn't show up in Magical Drop 1 is like completely different from the ones that we know for Magical Drop 3.
Crazy.
Like Judgment isn't Italian with a trumpet. It's like a mechanic who's working on like an airship, and he's a boy. It's very strange.
God. Okay, you're up against Scherzo.
Okay.
Enjoy your gauntlet.
Oh God.
Leonant winning the moral victory against me. We tied, but he took a game off his opponent, and I didn't.
Yeah.
Blidio blame.
Let me type. Are you guys in?
Yep.
I'm in. Fight Kid's actually being nice to me right now. Just letting me right in. I need this Fight Kid update to come out so bad.
Brother.
I'm so sick of struggling.
It's like only your device too.
Yeah, I've literally never seen anyone else have this problem.
There's something about the internet in that part of Ohio.
The encoder rat living in my computer that handles all of my networking just doesn't like Fightcade.
But Rats loves Fight Kid.
Well, maybe the encoder rat is estranged from rats.
I see.
Alright, interesting to see both players taking the rainbow orb with a different color. Ending up at about the same result. So birdup has taken a bit of a lead with the second
Died
power.
of something stupid. Yep. Ugh.
Oof.
Die into something dumb.
Yeah, it looked like you missed the pickup on one of the orbs you were trying to get
Yep.
as you scanned over it.
It's one of those things where I saw myself die in like 10 seconds in advance. There's just no way to fix it.
birdup finding some very nice routes down to this pattern at the moment, though. The ice coming in has kind of thrown him for a loop. Oh, and that line push coming at the worst time to prevent him from clearing the full line. But he has all 4 orbs
I
on
deserve,
deck,
like
ready to clear, so...
I deserve like a bonus half round for that one. This
Yeah,
is
a 10
fought through-
quota head start.
Yeah, fought through adversity to get that.
Oh, gorgeous scans back and forth from birdup as he gathers up all of the colors in a row. Unfortunately, he's been pushed out. Oh, big clear. Cleans everything up very nicely.
Woo!
Scherzo's got some big clears on deck, too. There's, oh, but his 31 was not quite enough as birdup sneaks into quota. Drifting into the parking space. Ooh, great play by birdup, letting the 2 sides collapse independently.
He's remembered how to cook.
The stove is on, the gas is lit. We are cooking with fire.
We're going to Gimmick Town, baby.
Ooh, Tower. I always love watching Tower and Fortune. Alright, birdup successfully engaging the disco here.
My
Oh
sound
no,
effects.
but he loses all of them.
Yeah, they fell out of my grasp.
Disco denied. Alright, still gonna win though. Does a great job managing the ice pattern.
Down low.
Ooh.
I gambled there. I thought ice was coming in, otherwise I would have been safe.
Scherzo being cognizant, knows birdup's looking for the disco and just hitting him with a short chain to send no ice.
How dare they use my own strategy against me? It's messed up.
There aren't many matchups where you have to be super cognizant about how big your chains are, but when there's a power orb on board, their tower, definitely one of them. Oh, one red orb short. Oh my gosh, that is quite the disco. Oh! Oh, manages to save him in the lockout delay.
I didn't say anything because I wanted you to watch it.
That was very clean.
I lost him immediately afterwards, but for that one moment, we were really, truly balling.
That was a panic at the disco moment. Saved by birdup.
Oh, what? Alright.
But unfortunately,
You let him get the quota that quickly.
Scherzo was just... Who needs the disco? Just off to the races instead. Alright. Our resident angry boy, Chariot. Going through a small fortune in broken lances. Scherzo a little tangled up here, not finding the big fun ice clears in the middle of the board, though these blues and yellows are starting to line up again. birdup has built quite a comfortable lead here. And that might be enough. Oh no, it's not. One off. birdup doing a good job making sure to avoid things that would otherwise cascade, which will slow down the rate your chains clear. And in a match like this, where you know both players are going to make it to quota, every second counts. Winning a pattern like this is all about finding double clears your opponent doesn't, small optimizations in melting the ice for the right color, and not playing any survival moves that you don't have to. birdup looking death in the face.
Please disregard that move.
Well, despite the funny move, the lead on this character right now is incredibly real.
Yeah.
As he clutches out the last round by 49. It's late. I'm sorry. I'm tired. But now, time for the vibe check. I was unable to meaningfully contest Scherzo on Hanged Man. We'll see if it's different for birdup.
Oh, that's not smart.
Oh, getting a little tangled up, running out of time as the water continues to rise. There's a lot of important orb counting on this character. You really gotta make sure you have 3 of everything you need. I like birdup saving the power orb to like the second wave. Makes it very easy to keep his board clean.
Oh.
Oh, a little bit of a misdrop there. Oh, and it cost him that 1 extra line.
I was behind by like 20, so I think I was pretty screwed either way.
Yeah, Scherzo definitely not gonna die to quota on this character, or die to pressure on this character. As one of the most mechanically sound.
That's what you say now.
Commentator's curse. Very real. Oh, birdup, unfortunately, eating both of the blue power orbs at the same match, though. Scherzo does the same, so no one's gonna get a little bonus for preserving one. Well, birdup unfortunately second guessing his movements on the left side of the board there. Alright, we're going to star. I believe Star and Chariot are exact clones.
They're very close if they're not exact clones.
Yeah, I believe they both have the slightly lopsided pattern, where it's a middle spire, but each, but the columns don't come up evenly. Alright, Scherzo taking the first round. We're doing a good job to find the right ice. Scherzo finding some similar matches, but taking 5 chains to get rid of the same match that birdup cleared in 1. The quota characters may not be inherently dangerous, but they are very stressful because you can't afford to make any mistakes or your opponent will overtake you. And once you're behind, it is very difficult to get back a lead. Ooh, Scherzo getting tangled up a little bit in the middle here. giving birdup a chance to steal a solid 28 victory lead that he will cash into a win. birdup coming up short a column, but making it work anyway. The ice rolling in, looking a little uncomfortable. Manages to preserve enough yellow orbs to make the clear quickly, though.
Let's go!
Birdup going for a big chain.
Let's go!
It's gonna count.
I rolled the dice that was going to be just enough orbs.
I actually think you overshot a little bit.
You think? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I got pretty lucky with there being a lot of ice on the board.
Yes, yeah. The fact that resolved so quickly due to the ice was a big boon in your favor.
Yeah.
It was a risk to take a power orb that late in the game, but it was,
I was behind by like 15, so I figured it was either that was going to happen or I was going to lose either way. Was my gamble.
Gambling never has consequences. Anyway,
No, never.
losers finals. Let's go.
I've already sent the challenge.
Good. I'm proud of you. Also,
rest of our bracket.
our lawyers want you to know that gambling has consequences. Just kidding, we don't have lawyers.
Every time I play Draco, he just types "We meet again" in the chat.
I love it.
He did put me in losers pretty convincingly. Did I take a game in winners? I don't think so.
I don't think you did.
All right, let's at least do that.
No.
Let's at least get one.
Nope. It was 3-0.
Let's get one.
I would just simply win at this point.
Yeah, I think winning sounds good. I should try that. That's not what I want.
Winning, highly advisable. Who unfortunately wastes the yellow power orb.
Oh, I wasted more
Draco
than that.
still has his
I wasted more than that.
Oof.
Yeah,
Unfortunate.
it got bad very quickly.
Draco falling a little behind, but has a very clean board, so we'll have to see how the tempo shakes out. Okay, it's only about an 8 orb difference. Oh, birdup stealing an all clear to get the win!
That was
Oh,
sick,
how
right?
picturesque.
That should be worth bonus points too.
All clear get, yeah, you should start with like a 15 quota lead for that
Yeah,
one.
if you win on an all clear, that's gotta be worth bonus points. When I buy the rights in 2037, you let me. I remind me that that's the case. That's gotta be enough. Oh, I had enough too. I had enough too.
Oh, I think you overshot by quite a bit, actually.
I think I did, but I was afraid. I can't count.
Counting to 3 is very hard, let alone counting to 17 while the guns are blazing.
Yeah, while I'm in the middle of like figuring out what the combo is.
Ooh, big boomerang clear. Wrapping all the way
How
around.
is he so far ahead of me?
He's the
doesn't
magician.
It doesn't matter.
Oh, sometimes you just top out when you're 16 away from the goal.
Sometimes you're just sick.
Alright, we've got the ice start, and I think this is Birdup's chance to make a difference here. Draco coming out of the Rainbow Orb a little bit nicer. Oh, what a beautiful red clear. I've never seen a big red match line up that well.
Let's go!
Ooh,
That was a sick double. That was a sick double to close.
impeccable double.
I even got a nice out of Draco in the chat. I'll go back.
Alright. I hope your world and your Empress are on
He's
point.
already hovering over Empress. Oh shit.
Oh!
I think he's playing it out, so. I thought he wanted to do the double player 2 skin glitch, so I was like, oh, I'll pick player 2 skin. 'Cause he did that to me last time we played. He waited on death to get the double player 2 skin.
Unfortunately, no. He was waiting for
Waiting
number
for the
3.
right number. It's okay, he's better at this character than I am anyway, so.
The uncounter pick.
Oh, I did it. I self-filed.
Oh! The funny self-file. Most of the time, a floating orb like that won't kill you, but sometimes the game just decides that you're gonna die anyway.
Oh no, oh no, oh no, I did everything wrong right there.
Oh, the tangle trying to get the correct yellow orbs available.
I should have just taken what they gave me instead of trying to do something stupid.
Keep it simple. Especially on this character. Not much room for error. And the battle is long.
The issue too is that if he beats me on this character and I win my counter pick, he's just gonna take me to World. And I could have, if I didn't have an itchy trigger finger, maybe he would have counterpicked him somewhere better for me. That wasn't this. And I could have stolen it or not given him the info that I'm garbage right now. We're really playing a very dense, layered game of chess with our counter pick battle.
Yeah, Draco taking a slight lead early, but is going to win on pressure anyway. So, Birdup, after counterpicking himself on accident,
Counterpicking myself, yeah.
is now going to have to contend with World if he wins the next match.
Oh, I won on Magician, so that's good at least. So I can still lose on World and still have a counter pick left. It's less dire than I had thought it was. Because I forgot that I won game 1.
That being said, Draco cooked you last time on Chariot, so...
Oh yeah, 100%. I am fully aware. Maybe I've remembered how to double clear since we played last.
The computer just went to the monitor turned off due to inactivity. Alright, so Birdup reorienting himself after the less than stellar Chariot performance on winner's side. And it is coming out of the gates. with the first round win. Alright, but this one is neck and neck right now.
I just
Very,
wasted
very
I just wasted like a full 10 seconds doing nothing. That's the exact time that I needed to not
so close.
right?
Yeah, you were in the lead when you got stuck up at the top there too.
Yeah.
It was slight, like 5 or 6, but it was
Still enough to matter.
enough to win by.
I lost by what, 5?
Yep. Ooh, big double clear from birdup. Properly reading the way the cookie crumbles. Getting a nice double out of it.
Oh no. He's too good.
Oh, that little mishandle right there. It's again costing birdup the round. Great handling of the power orb from both players. Getting a very high value clear out of it. And we are neck and neck. Every time I look at the quota counter, it looks like it's on the same number. Ooh, birdup taking it.
Come on! Oh.
Oh no, the one!
Alright. Birdup with a mountain to climb now. Win on a counter pick and his own, and whoever he decides to replace Chariot with. Ooh, gonna go to Hierophant. Gonna try to double Jeopardy Draco on Magician. Hehehe. Funny little laugh. Oh, there's so much green on this board.
Yeah, and I had to cut it up into like 4 different pieces. It's not great. Oh wow, now he's ahead by like 50.
Yeah, Draco definitely seized the moment there.
Yeah.
Can't let the pattern get away from you on this character versus Draco. From my perspective, I think this is their best character.
Promise, this is like also one of my best characters, so.
Yeah, so it's a real slugfest. Ooh, birdup getting caught up in the messy stuff mid-board, and it's not looking good. The lead is growing for Draco.
Yeah. Bad.
That green match might have been enough, but it would have been close. It was just over, it was just about 2 lines, so maybe not. Ooh, birdup finding some very nice clears with the clear lines in the back.
How'd he catch up again? I definitely just threw. Yeah. I brought the it was like yellow to the wrong side. there. I
Yeah,
had
you needed to
full,
bring the yellows to the left, and that was the
yeah,
full line.
That would have been it.
quota.
Yeah, yeah.
So Draco is gonna take it 3-1. So birdup doing better than
I got the line. I got the game. I said I get the
winner's
game.
side, but Draco's still looking pretty convincing.
Draco plays what I like to affectionately refer to as the Mexican magician, which is like Leonant or like Templanza played too, where somehow they're manipulating the number of orbs they're sending at any given time to not give you straight lines. And it feels very strange. And like there's certain rounds where you're really feeling it and you're not finding anything in the back of the board, regardless of how hard you try.
Yeah, it's like
It's a style
Like-
I can't replicate outside of South America.
it's like the big 2-chain sends 4 lines on magician, and so you get all 4 colors, but you don't get any of the ice that links them all together, and you don't get the big flat lines at the back to clean everything up. Meanwhile, Draco is just chilling, getting the biggest clears you've ever seen.
That brings us to our finals.
Yeah, this is Grand Finals.
Not
Draco versus
particularly
Fonko.
surprised to
Yeah.
see that the two of them facing off again in grand final.
Oh, you've returned to your seat as third place.
Oh, and like for this tournament, but also I think in the overall standings, maybe? No, Draco's had to still be ahead of me at this point. Because I don't think I had enough to overtake Rudolph. I'll be fourth place in points after this one.
So let's see if Juanpa can find the chink in DracoMurai's armor.
I feel like it should be vice versa here, since they're who put Draco into losers.
Yes, but
Has Draco
Draco
figured
won
out-
incredibly, or I meant just on Magician, because Draco won incredibly convincingly on this character, and then lost the next 3 rounds. But
okay.
told ya, 50.
Yeah, you're right. My bad.
Yeah. Juanpa needs to find a solution on Magician, and what the heck was that? That was the single biggest clear I think I've ever seen.
Like a 25 orb comeback on Wampa's side. Wow, nice. Really big twist of fates there.
Oh my god, that one green match was just like... It was so large it like burned my retinas. The whole board lit up like a Christmas tree. Oh, nice triple from Draco.
Okay.
Oh,
We just had a huge blue too on Wampa's side. Oh, that's freaking so
Oh,
close.
Draco's way over comboing.
Yeah.
Draco may be running into a little bit of the nerves.
Yeah.
They are no doubt a strong player, but Juanpa and Rudolph and birdup and Scherzo and Twinkler are players who have had many matches in a tense grand finals situation.
Yeah. Better to get them out of the way now than in the Masters invitation.
Yeah.
All of this is basically, data for those of us who have basically already solidified our qualifying positions.
Alright, so Wampa takes game 1. Looking to say, I figured it out. Gotta send everybody to bed early this time.
Okay, Hermit.
A staple pick?
Yeah, if I held out, I might have been able to play against Hermit and not Empress.
Draco looking very comfortable on this character though.
Yeah. Tell by the way he's like clearing the perfectly straight columns of like 5 or 6 orbs at a time.
Oh no!
Oh, but it slips away.
Yeah, just had the one blue orb stranded on top with the red orb in between. Unable to find a way to access those blue orbs that he needed for a combo.
Oh, his board looks like it's getting away from him a little bit too. What side he's got a third blue? Yeah. He had a big quota lead too, but
yeah, the quota lead, unfortunately, not necessarily indicative of the quality of your board state.
right.
You can go all in to get a nice quota lead, and then
Especially early.
you sack, but you've sacked your board to do so. And on Hermit, where even the tiniest, the tiniest misplay in this pattern will basically kill you instantly.
Yeah, it snowballs into something much worse.
A lot of the characters in this game are very punishing if you make a mistake. Hermit is punishing, and it's also incredibly difficult to recover, more so than many of the others.
It might be
If
going
you
to
make a
quota this
mistake
round.
in position, you're probably going to still live, but you're going to be struggling for a little while. But if you make a mistake on Hermit, it is almost a foregone conclusion that your demise is inevitable. You just have to hope your opponent makes a mistake that is just as bad or worse.
Interesting choice.
Alright, I'm bringing her back. I showed her on stream and everybody remembers she exists.
You gotta reach deep in the bag when you're down 2-0 to Wampa.
Yeah. I do kind of like thinking about how well Draco handles the magician pattern. I do like this pick.
Yeah, it seems like a good choice.
Oh my god.
Nice save. Oh,
And
nice.
That's
Good comeback.
round 1. Over cleared, honestly. I think that was well over the 22 orbs needed to get to quota. Oh, unfortunately those yellow orbs slip away. He manages to snag the green line before it gets pushed out of alignment. Oh, misses the green in column 2! Oh no! And was looking so clean there as well. Just the slightest misplay. Oh, a little bit of order of operations error from Draco. That or just scooted too far into the wrong column.
Yeah, another board looks a little jumbled.
Luckily, I was gonna say there's a lot of orb availability, but it
Yeah.
doesn't matter if Wampa's just gonna take it on quota. Wampa really cooking up a storm over there with a big combo. Oh, I like the way Draco threw that orb into column 2 to get those 6 to link up. Great, great read on the board state.
Still trailing behind in quota here. Time is running short. Oh, that's a huge clear on the green from Wampa in the back.
Oh, and a miss drop from Draco is going to close it.
Yeah, Wampa was literally about to die too. He was one row away and it was pushing. Well, Wampa is your champion, taking the Majidoro Masters qualifier number 4, and putting himself up to like some sort of lofty number in total points. I think we're in the
50s, probably.
Yeah, he got another 15 on top of 37, so that's 52.
It's pretty secure.
52 points. Yeah, I think he's pretty secure.
Alrighty then. Well, we have one more qualifier on your end, birdup, next month.
Yeah, so I'll post the date probably in the coming weeks. Please keep an eye out on the Discord for that. We have one more qualifier, and then the finals will be near the end of June. So probably the 3rd or 4th week of June. Keep an eye out for that as well. This brings me to my clerical question that I never asked. I want to make merch for the final. Out of some of the scans from the manga that I have available to me. Are there characters that we think I should focus on? I think people have seen my Fool shirt, and I like that one, and I might make that one available. But is there anybody else that we're trying to, get the spotlight?
Italian Judgment.
Italian, the one where she's playing the Godfather theme.
Yeah.
I don't know if that'll read in a shirt, but I could take a look.
Are you gonna do one just for like the Magical or Majidoro Masters 3 logo?
I could do one for the logo.
I feel like that's a very safe bet. It's one I would buy.
I feel like doing the 3rd logo. I also I still kind of like the original logo where he's holding the big trophy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one.
So maybe I'll just make a Majidoro Masters 1 shirt, with the
to
logo,
cover
the
everything.
original logo. Yeah, to cover everything. Because I feel like having a 3rd edition one feels a little odd, but that's a pretty safe bet. I wonder if there's anywhere I could do like keychains or stuff too. Maybe I'll have to set up like a Redbubble or some random stuff. I was gonna do everything do Teespring because that's the one that I'm used to selling on. So, but any profits that come through, it would be put directly to the finale prize pool. Yes.
Ooh.
And as per usual, as I qualify, I do not pay out my own placement in the prize pool for the finale because it feels weird to take my own money back. So regardless, like wherever I place, it gets divvied up between the other competitors. So if you're somebody who qualifies, hope that I do well and you get a share of my prize as well.
Fair enough. As for us at Puzzle Wednesday, we got a Friday mode coming up this week. Go ahead, check out Musupe Shoko Marker and the other funny April tournaments that we have. Gem Fighters Mini Mix and the Mahjong one.
I'm certainly going to try to be at the Mahjong one.
I should hope so. It'll be a good time. But
yeah,
we're going to go ahead and raid friend of the stream, Lucentai, who's doing an art stream. What do we want the raid message to be?
Sega Tetris Monkey.
Sega Tetris. All right. Fair enough.
If you don't have the emote, just type it out.
Yeah, exactly. The message will get across. But with that, we're going to catch you guys next time. Thank you so much for coming out tonight. And we will see you again soon.
Yeah, thank you for the support for Magical Drop. We really appreciate it, guys. And thank you to, was it Masa and Raspberry Flu for running the bracket?
Masa and Raz.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, guys. Really appreciate it.
Shout-outs to the TOs.
Oh, I lost the raid command for a second. Now let's try that again. I thought he was... it was a portfolio slide, but the clip on my end is showing Taizo from Dig Dug and his Mr. Driller design. Like,